All right, all right, all right. Here we are with another episode of Backstage with There Goes the Neighborhood. Today we got Chris and Kate from Karma Committee. Show some love, guys. How's it going?
Hi, guys. Hey. How are you?
And we got Adam joining us today. Adam is below me on the box. Adam, say hello. Adam's like literally muted.
I'm here. Wish me luck. I've never done this before. Technical difficulties. Sorry.
I was going to say, you went completely stone-faced and you didn't twitch or move at all. I thought you'd gone completely catatonic. I was like, dude, this guy's got stage fright and we're not even on stage. Like, it's not the way to start this now.
Oh, I do too, man. I do too.
It's all good.
It's okay.
Hey, but you're not, you're but one of our special guests today. Chris and Kate, how are you guys doing today?
Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell everybody who you are and what band you're with, even though it says down there. I love when you guys explain to everybody who you are. It's always fun to listen to that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Chris. This is Kate. And we play for a band called the Karma Committee. Karma Committee. Isn't that bad? It's been that many months in quarantine and I'm already messing up my band name.
It's totally cool, man. You know, we had a spirited discussion about how to spell Karma Committee, and I don't think I'll ever spell it wrong again. Like I will never mess that up again.
It's got that thing like the like Mississippi, like Tennessee or something like that. It's just Mittee.
Yeah, you just
two M's.
If you're not sure, just double the letters, right? Like
yeah, pretty much. Just don't double the O's.
Or the
Nobody
C.
likes double O's.
I don't know. If you double the
Every
O's...
time I tag. Every time, even in our own band, I'm like, is this right?
Yeah, when I was going to tag you guys, I don't know if you know this, but my sister's a yoga instructor. So since I'm friends with her, like all the predictive stuff, as soon as I type in karma is like all the yoga places by me and stuff. And I actually stopped for a minute. I'm like, oh yeah, I could like totally go do yoga. And like, this place sounds cool. Like, wait, no, what was I doing? Like,
it's hysterical because when we were first starting the band and like I was doing like the whole website thing, looking for the website URL or whatever, every time I like Googled like karma, it would be like Karma Sutra or Kama Sutra or Karma Massage or Karma like Nail or Restaurant, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be some work, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah, it's good you didn't go with Karma Sutra. That would have been a strange band name probably. Maybe not at all indicative of what you guys do. At least on stage.
People would have been confused.
Yeah.
People would have been confused.
It would have worked eventually.
You might have gotten some really strange gigs with that name, I think, right? You know, like whoa, this is not maybe what we were thinking about playing here tonight. Anyways, all right, so we're getting
like, wait, I thought this was a birthday party.
Yeah. Oh, it's a birthday party. All right. Yeah. Cool. So, tell me a little bit about the history of Karma Committee. How long have you guys been a project, and what kind of music do you guys all play?
We've been a band since 2018. Started forming the band end of 2017. We play kind of whatever we want, if that makes. I mean, it's more like top 4. But stuff. I mean, if it's got a beat and it's a party, that's our like kind of our motto. Parties, we'll play it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember.
Kind of.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying like as far as like we've had songs that are like yes parties, play it live, and like does not party, and then we just we scrap it. I'm sure you guys know about.
Oh yeah,
songs that work live.
We're totally gonna talk about that. I think we're gonna absolutely talk about songs that didn't work and how disastrous they were in a bit, because those are my favorite stories.
Oh, I got a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some for sure. Absolutely.
I think one of the things that I really liked was when we saw you guys play. Actually, interesting story. The first time that I saw you guys play was also the first gig that I did with There Goes the Neighborhood. And you guys were.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember, it's all coming back now.
Empty Barrels.
Yeah, Empty Barrels. That's right. Yeah. That was my first gig.
That was our first gig.
Yeah. And that was,
right,
I just like, I loved like like just the energy that you guys had, because you both like play off each other really well. It's hard to say like who's like the lead person of the band, because you split the roles really well, and then you guys like really kind of like even on the songs that you're not leading, like Chris, you're really in there, like you're singing harmonies, and you guys have like really intricate dance moves and stuff. It was super cool. It was really fun to watch.
Oh, thank you. Well, she is like, I can't harmonize. She's incredible at it. I'm being serious.
I'm more comfortable singing like harmonies and like being the kind of backup person that sometimes does a couple of things and letting you kind of, you know what I mean?
But that's not what we're doing here. We front the band together. No, she's taught me a lot of harmonies. Just like that's what little I can harmonize. It's because of her.
That's so sweet.
Right.
Okay, so speaking of that, so how'd you guys meet? Tell us a little bit about the love.
Oh, well, I'm gonna leave some details out. For just
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. By the way, this is not the newlywed game, Adam. So don't make him feel uncomfortable.
What I'm saying
you guys can always say like get bent. We're not answering that. I want to point that out there. You have that. You have the veto power.
How did we get to where we're at? Is what I want to know. Like, I mean, Karma Committee isn't the first time you guys worked together, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we met back when you were in Boy Band Review. It was actually Hot Sauce Committee at the time. It was still Hot Sauce Committee. And they decided to add some, like the boy band kind of idea that Chris had created. They decided to go that route. So they were like, okay, we need some backup singers because those boy bands sing a lot of really high stuff. And if we can get some backup singers and some dancers in here, that's, that's like a different kind of show, more of a show that you can shop to theaters and just, it's like a different audience.
Totally.
So they decided to go with Hot Sauce Committee and try it out with Hot Sauce Committee. It was still Hot Sauce Committee when I started, I met you. And then it was Hot Sauce Boy Band, and then it was Boy Band. I got hired on as a backup singer. I just came in and just figured I'd be singing some stuff. And then by the end of it, I had like Britney Spears and a couple songs to give him a break, during the show, which was really fun. And then, but it was funny because when we first met, we just did not get along at all. I came in like, coming from work and a workout class, like, okay, like give me the songs I need to learn. And Chris is very creative. And he's like, I don't know, the show's in a week at House of Blues. We'll figure it out. And I'm like,
in her defense,
it was funny.
She had all the right in the world to be pissed at me that
night. I was mad, but we just were like this. It was funny.
Because you came in straight up, never met you before, didn't meet anybody else. She comes in, just a binder of all the songs. I'm like, okay. She's like, where do we start? I'm like, I pull my phone out. Like I put a track on my phone, and she like looks at me, and then my buddy that was also a backup singer at the time, he goes, I have a keyboard in my car, and he comes in like little Casio, like this big. We ended up getting some work done that night, but I just remember she was just like, I was like, right off the bat when she left, I was like, she's not back. But she did.
Well, we weren't mean to each other or anything. We just like right off the bat, you could personalities were like. I was subbing for a lot of different bands at the time too, so I had like 2 other shows that weekend. One was like I think it was Pink Floyd, so it was all Pink Floyd. I was just like learning so many different parts and so I was like, okay, what do I need to learn? Let's go, And Chris is like, they just hadn't rolled it out yet, so it was funny. But then you could tell them the rest. I guess.
It was we were friends for a couple of years, like 2 years or something like that, and we would just be, we played shows together. We were always together, and then it just into us, It's, she was my best friend and still is, and it's just nice, and it's a good. It's the vibes that, like, like those feel good vibes, like when you remember something from like your childhood that just made you like feel awesome.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, it's like watching a new episode of the Power Rangers. I'm just like, oh, these are good vibes. I'm all about it.
That was so sweet up until you mentioned the Power Rangers, and then you totally just killed the vibe. Talk about killing the vibe right there, dude. Yeah. There were so many ways you could have gone there, and that was not the one that I was expecting. So kudos to that.
I froze.
No, I like that though. I think that's really sweet, and it's almost like when you talk about it, like how you meet like your girlfriend or whatever at work, right? I mean, that's like what happened for you guys, right? We were spending so much time together, and you guys just kind of, you clicked, right? I like super appreciate maybe what you were going through, Kate, because I think when I started going to practice and people weren't prepared, like I would lose my shit. Like you can ask Adam, like I lose my shit. Like I need a list of like 10 things that we're doing. We need to do all 10 things. And we have to make sure that we do these
about
things.
You all that way. Sorry.
I'm just like I'm like very much, I think, the whip cracker, you know what I mean? Like these are the things we have to do. Here are the things we need to tighten and whatnot. And everyone else is kind of more like go with the flow, and it's we'll figure it out. And I'm like no. Like I almost get flashbacks to like that lady that was trying to teach me piano once upon a time. Like I hated that lady, and now I've become that lady.
We I don't know, man.
I applaud you and understand.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm not really the whip cracker at all. I'm more of like a big kid.
No, every band needs a whip cracker.
Needing to get stuff done and like a time crunch, I think, definitely about that.
I'm sure if our band is watching right now, okay, guys, I admit this live on air. I have been complacent at times, and I apologize.
This is like becoming band therapy right now. Let's just like, all right, guys, throw it all out on the table. Tell us your deepest, darkest secrets, and we're going to talk through this right now.
We're going to overshare in the first 15 minutes of this call.
That's great.
But the moral of it all was every band needs a whip cracker.
Yeah.
Somebody put their foot down, because that might be, take that the wrong, okay.
Hey, so shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Kristen again. She's on there. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to Brian. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, Mr. Bridges wants you to take off your shirt, Chris. Please go ahead.
Take it off.
Whoa. This is a family show, guys. Family show.
We'll talk more about Mr. Bridges a little later, I think.
Bridges used to work with Karma Committee with Drew. Actually, our bass player, Drew, is the one who introduced Bridges. And he used to actually help out Drew at like shows. And he actually did this awesome show with us, Nightmare on Chicago Street in Elgin. And he like shows up and everybody's like face painting, and he's kind of giving us this look like, what's going on? Is this a rock show? We're just like, welcome. Can you help us? But yeah, Bridges is a good guy. Hi, buddy.
Yeah, definitely a solid dude. Also, maybe a super fan of this show. He never misses an episode, so I totally appreciate him for that, if nothing else. But there are certainly many other things that we appreciate him for.
And he definitely gives commentary for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, is he commenting like crazy right now?
He's just saying hi. He's being very friendly. He's being a little subdued. I imagine that he's going to have a couple beers and he's going to want to hear all kinds of fun stories from us. So that's what we're going to deliver on that.
I like that.
We are.
Oh.
So speaking of fun stories, I heard from a little birdie that you guys did a very cool music video shoot for something very special this week. If you want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about it. Actually, they did?
I didn't see it yet.
I'll show you. So we just shot for the Special Olympics Illinois. They're doing their Duck Derby virtual festival, and that is on August 6th. Is that 6? Yep, 6. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's cool. They have a ton of performers. As far as doing, it's going to be like a virtual fest where they shot like the videos prior to it, but it's super, super cool and really creative. It's a really creative team that's behind it. Like a bunch of like the Struts are going to be on it. Semple, everybody loves a Keith. The boy band night, a couple other artists as well, but it's gonna be super cool. What I could do is I'll post a link on the page.
Yeah,
page
if you want to put it in chat, actually, we'll pin it so everybody comes in can see that.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, it's gonna be. It's for really great people.
Is this the first year that you guys are doing that, or is that something that you guys are involved in every year, or how did you kind of get involved in it this year?
We've done quite a bit of work with different nonprofits, but this for Special Olympics, this is the first time. We actually did a video for the spring. One of my friends, Emily, that works for Special Olympics, reached out to me and said, hey, I know it's kind of last minute, but could you guys shoot a quick little thing for National Dance Day, something that, kids might know? And I looked at Chris and I was like, let's just do like a little Frozen thing. Kids like Frozen, we'll do a little video. And it turned out to be really, really fun.
It was awesome.
So we did them, but that was just, send it in a video, and the people there are so sweet and so appreciative, and we're happy to do this for just such a cause, and people are so great. I mean, they reached out to us then for the video, and we got to work with Zach, who's
Scott.
Cool. This
Zach
guy
is
so
the
talented.
man.
He's so talented. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I'm just following you, girl. Zach, he runs the lights for Seventh Heaven. He's the LD for Seventh Heaven, and he does. I mean, this kid's resume is, a mile long. He's one of the most talented dudes in the game, and he's working with Special Olympics now and helping them all their videography and for this event. But he's killing it, and that's when you see these videos that he did. This man knows everything about this stuff. So
yeah,
super
awesome.
Cool.
And it's fun to work with friends. It's so fun when like a project, it's like somebody that you hang out with outside of, if we were not in the COVID world that we're in right now, we'd be hanging out with Zach every now and then. So it's just nice when you show up and you're like, oh, we're doing something with actual friends,
Yeah, it's a lot less like stressful. It's a lot more natural, and you actually get to hang out with someone that you probably haven't seen in a while, when you're not performing as much, etc., that kind of thing. Yeah. So I went ahead and I posted the link. It's a pinned comment. It's a Facebook link for Special Olympics Illinois. So if you guys would check that out, go show some love there. A lot of work went into that, not just Chris and Kate, bunch of other folks on there that you guys definitely want to check out there. So that'd be super cool. Go do that thing, but not now. We're still talking. Or do it in another tab if you guys are watching on a computer. Don't turn the TV away. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. It was funny because we actually didn't even know Emily had reached out or Zach had reached out to Chris about it. And it was so funny, like a day before I got a text saying like, hey, are you ready for the video shoot? I'm like, what? But it was like we learned it super fast and went and did it, and I think it was a blast.
Yeah, it was fun.
Just a total blast.
What they did too, it was really creative the way they shot this video. I mean, you guys will see for yourself, but we were on a location and it was like fireworks and stuff.
It was beautiful farm.
It was on a farm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. They had chickens. I was so excited.
So this wasn't like I love that chickens is the interesting thing on a farm. Like, it's amazing.
I'm sorry.
It's like, oh, chickens. I drove by.
Like, oh my gosh.
When I moved up to Libertyville, and the first time I drove by Lamb's Farm, I'm like, do they actually have lambs? And everybody looked at me like I was like the biggest idiot ever. Like, of course they have lambs, you idiot. Why do you think they call it Lamb's Farm? Anyways,
it's been around for so long. Bridges used to work at Lamb's Farm. Sorry,
nice.
I had to add that.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry, Brian.
Did you guys record this? You said it was on a farm. Was that outside of Chicago then, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was in Hampshire,
Nice.
like northwest suburb. And
Cool.
it was cool. We got a lot of cool shots, and Zach is infamous for that drone. Like, those drones are awesome.
Oh my God, I want a drone so bad.
Dude, he's like sitting there like, at first they're like, don't make eye contact with the drone, and I'm like,
Dude, those things are loud. Like, they're not quiet. Like,
it was fun.
They are so, and they sound like the most scary fly that could ever chase you. Like, it just sounds like a giant buzzing insect, and it is terrifying.
It does.
Like an angry little robot.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've
It's so cool.
Have you seen like the wings on those things? Like, They will literally slice your hand open. Like, don't ever try to grab a drone. It is the worst idea ever. I say that from experience.
Yeah, I've seen
what happened? You grabbed one?
I was not so. I had bought like one of those like $50 small drones, you know, and they work the same way. They're all like quadricopters, so they have like these really sharp plastic propellers, and they just spin super fast, and they're sharp. So if you grab it, it literally just starts slicing your skin, and it doesn't stop. It just it's like it's really bad. Anyways, yeah, it was no bueno. I would not recommend it.
Yeah, we tried to fly one of ours.
It was terrible. It's really funny when you see like when if you've ever seen someone fly a drone and their drone's about to run out of batteries, the extent that they will go to save a drone is like heroic. Like I've seen people dive into ponds, like grabbing like pillows and stuff, like just trying to save this poor drone that's running out of batteries. And if they grab their propellers, you're in for a bad time. So yeah.
Why wouldn't they just pull it back in?
Sometimes it's
like,
going.
Battery's low.
Well, sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's going like into the drink, and you got to get it before it goes into the drink because after that it's done. Like you can't have it exposed to water at all. Sometimes it's gonna fall in like a tree and stuff. Yeah. It's horrible. It's always bad planning. Sometimes the wind takes it. It's just it can go wrong. We're just gonna talk about drones for the next 45 minutes. Yeah.
I don't want a drone anymore.
I feel like AJ had a drone story.
Yeah, let's hear your drone story.
Yeah, we've got a couple. I forgot what. Actually, when we first got we've got one called a Mavic Air. It's a little tiny one, but we've gotten some great shots in like California stuff like that with it. But when we first got it, Monica decided to fly it in the house.
Oh yeah, that's
those
a bad
blades,
idea.
man. They cut right through drywall, but we still have cuts. We have big lines in our drywall in our family room.
Holy.
We're finally gonna get it painted after a few years, but yeah, those things are strong, man.
That's kind of hilarious. Also, good to know.
We brought our F-14.
And the thing is, that thing will fit right in your pocket. You can take it anywhere, and they actually
it's like a little one.
Yeah, and they have insurance that you can buy.
Yep.
That basically you can get up to like 3 free ones in 3 years if you can recover it if it goes in the water or whatever. So we got that because they want you to come anywhere. You know, they want you to be risky and all.
Yeah, because you get good pictures, and then people see the video and stuff, and then everybody wants to buy a drone event. Like, that's why we want to buy a drone right now, because someone took an awesome video one time. And then we're like, oh, we want to do that.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I just get like carried away with things like I just don't want to waste money because I know I'll break it.
I know that feel, brother.
Okay. Hi. This is Cadence, everyone.
Cadence.
Say hi.
Hi, Cadence.
Okay.
She's like...
You're on live Facebook right now, so okay.
Wave and say hello. We're gonna use you for views.
Okay.
She's so cute.
Yeah. Get out of here, would you? Go. Come on. Okay.
I'll tell you, she's well behaved because when I was her age, if I would have been like, oh, this is a live video, I'd be like, oh, hey. That's just me.
Yeah, I'd be in the back like
that. You have a very well behaved child.
Agreed.
So
when I was her age, I'd be in the back like making obscene hand gestures, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, right. You can't even tell we have a second one. I mean, she won't even come.
Really? Oh.
So that's a good segue into our next bit. We're doing bits now. So you guys mentioned you just did a music video. Things are starting to open back up. And when things start opening back up, we get to start playing shows again. So tell us about some shows you got coming up.
We're playing Base Camp first. It's like our first show in how many months?
It's got to be at least like 4 or 5 months at least, right? If not more.
Yeah, you know, we're first and foremost, we're just, you know, we're concerned with the safety of like our band and everybody else around us, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as everybody. So, you know, as far as with shows and stuff, we've been kind of picking and choosing till like we know like what the standards are gonna continue to be and whatnot, and you know.
Yeah, I think it's hard because we just really want to make sure that they're comfortable. I feel like we've gotten some fun offers that we've said no to just because, you know, we're not put any of our maybe 3 of us think this is okay, I feel okay about this, and other people don't. We just want to make sure that everyone feels good about everything. Yeah. So I think it's hard because we miss shows so much, and when you get a great offer, we get excited. But at the end of the day, I think everyone feeling comfortable and being safe is going to make for a fulfilling show. I don't think it'd be fun if we got there and not everyone was on the same
having a
page,
good time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a better long-term decision, right? You might play a show now, but if it if it's not safe or if things aren't sort of considered, then maybe no more shows for the next year. Which, holy crap! When I say that, I'm just like that is like the worst case scenario, right? Like that would be horrible.
And like our drummer has everyone. One of our band members lives with his family, so it's hard because you just Chris and I are kind of in a spot right now where we don't have kids and we live together. It's just the 2 of us, so we'll
make it if we try. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, it's all good.
I was about it.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah, I just so our level of comfortability might be different than someone that has to do all these other yeah. So it's been weird. We miss shows so much.
Tremendously.
I think it's super cool that you guys are considering. It's not just the safety of your band though, but also the safety of the folks that come out to see you, right? And
Absolutely.
you always think like
totally.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that someone came out and something happened or whatever. And
yeah, it's like, oh, they're a great band, but yeah, I'm sick now.
Yeah, but they gave me the Rona. Yeah, that's like the review you don't want, right? The Rona review. You don't want that.
That's actually fantastic. That's Rona review.
Yeah, the Rona review. Yeah. Shout out to Kara.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Kara. Shout out to Ethan. Welcome. Shout out to Kevin. Welcome. Interesting story. Kara actually introduced me to Chris once upon a time, a long, long, long time ago.
My God, that's
because
right.
Kara used to be the cover band queen, we called her in our social circle. She used to know all the cool cover band people. Yeah. Kara was the person that knew all the fun stuff going on. So look at this, Kara. Now I'm hanging out with Chris, and you're not. So what do you got to say to that?
He's like as he drinks beer.
Yeah. I just derailed my own train of thought, like talking shit to Kara. Poor Kara.
She like immediately logs off.
Yeah,
she's like, that's it.
This guy's a dick.
Yeah,
I'm over it.
What a jerk. Before you guys were doing, before COVID, you guys were doing this really sweet thing that I unfortunately was not able to see, but I saw pictures from. You guys were doing The Nightmare Before Christmas, and you had like some sweet costumes. Tell me a little bit about that.
Turn that off. You turned that off.
That was really fun.
That was really fun.
Halloween's my favorite, so I was all about that show.
Yeah. Explain what we did.
Well, we had a show at Nellie's on Friday the 13th, and so we were like, wait, Friday the 13th? Maybe we could do something fun. I mean, so many bands incorporate like holiday music around the holidays, which is a fun time. It's so hard because you learn a song and you can only play it 2 weeks, but we were trying to figure out like, okay, well, maybe we could do like a little holiday bit or something like that. And the more we thought about it, it was about when we decided to do that. We were like, why don't we just do I think it was Chris. I think it was your idea. As a group, we were talking. Saying, I would do like something with
like
this.
Friday, we're like Friday the 13th. We're like Jason.
Yeah, I was thinking like Friday the 13th.
And then I'm like, and I see Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm like, oh my God. I was like a child when it happened. And then
December,
it was December, but we had boxes of Halloween decoration, and I'm just like, all right, well, if we're gonna do this,
I already had a ton too.
And Kate's like, Nightmare Before Christmas, like, so that means we're gonna do like Halloween stuff in December, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, let's go. I got everything over here. She's like, we could go to the store, and then we found these little Christmas candles, the Dollar Tree.
Amazing.
And dude, we're just literally, I was like, oh, it's cool.
But really, shout out to Nellie's, because Nellie's like had their whole place, they go really big for Christmas every year. So they had the amount of we would have had to put in to make the Christmas thing happen. Like we just came in with some Halloween stuff and some snow and some little things. But we did a whole cemetery and did some fun stuff. But it was clearly like amateur hour, whereas they had the whole Christmas art.
And another.
So you told them that
we had our. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You told them that you were going to do a Nightmare Before Christmas thing, and they ran with it as well. Is that right?
Oh, they were all about it.
That's awesome.
All about it.
That's super cool.
Well, it makes it fun. It makes it an event.
That was
it makes it different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, dude.
That was an awesome night for sure. Awesome lights too.
Zach Scott.
For sure. For sure.
Zach Scott,
absolutely.
that monster with those lights. Do not mess with that kid. It's ridiculous. Like he made it. He's like, how do you want it to look? I'm like, have you seen Justin Timberlake's show on Netflix? Watch the opening 3 songs. Make the whole show like that. He's like, I got you.
He knew exactly what you were talking about. He's like, yeah, I got you.
I knew exactly.
You know what though? The costumes. Oh my God, you guys looked so great that night.
How hard was that? Yeah, how hard was that? How much makeup did you guys end up using?
I put all of my makeup on, all of it, with the help of Eli Johnson. He worked for him, and him and his wife just moved back to England, or for good. Sorry, I miss him. That's why.
Shout out to Eli.
Shout out to Eli. Dude, I was. Ask Kate.
We were on a huge time crunch.
15 minutes to showtime. I'm just putting the bald cap on my head, and you hear me in the bathroom cursing like, and then Eli, I just hear, hey buddy. I'm like, hey. He's like, what's wrong? I put all this stuff on. His makeup isn't working. This and that. He goes, well, let me show you. He's like, calm down. I put the thing on. I had to wear my in-ears underneath that bald cap, so I was just waiting for them halfway through the set. But he's like, hold on. He's like, put your in-ears in. And literally he painted everything, like face, everything like that. And then I did the black around my eyes within like 10 minutes. And Kate costume was just
mine was the same thing. We were silly and we didn't do a test run or a dress rehearsal or like we just didn't.
Oh yeah.
We were so focused.
Yeah.
We were focused on like we have to learn these new songs. We have to incorporate this into the show. We were really focused on that aspect and like getting the stage set up, getting everything set. So yeah, 15 to show. Chris and I are both in separate rooms downstairs, and Megan saved my life and my friend Jamie, and they're both in there just covering my body in like green paint and hoping that it stays on. And like right before I went out, I remember Jamie or Megan was like, your armpits, don't forget your armpits.
That's right.
Because it would have been like
you would have like lifted your arm and it would have been like horrible. Like it would have been just a completely
just her skin color. I'm like, whoa,
just right there. Yeah. So I was very thankful for our friends that came that night. I mean, like I said, we were so overwhelmed. I think we decided to do it and in a short time frame try to put it together, but also the holidays, really busy time at work for everybody too. So it was like, we're so thankful for our friends. And actually Monica came out pictures of us that night, which are insane. Like looking at the lighting through her talented photography, I was just blown away.
Kate, this shot she got of Kate was like, it's like the cover photo of like cover photos. It's like
she made us so much cooler than we are.
Speaking of, she just walked in. So.
She has that about her. Like when she takes pictures for us, I'm just like, I am not that cool. Like I'm just like some dude that like sits in his room all day and drinks beer and reads the internet. Like that, I look so much cooler in that,
you're
picture.
Cool as shit, dude. You are so
especially with the fan. The fan does it.
The fan. It is the fan. Like that is the moneymaker for you, dude.
I love it.
I feel like Kate could benefit more from the
show that I met Monica at. I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
The show I met Monica was when I played with the show that we did with the emo parade at.
That was super fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting, again, I didn't know I didn't know anybody in your guys' group like really like well, and so I show up and I'm meeting all these people, and then here comes you guys, and Monica's walking around with the camera, and I'm like, Brian's like, you'll see. Sanchez is like, you'll see. And then you posted the picture, and you got this like just this. It was like the first picture I saw in the role that you took. It was like this super badass shot, and I was like, I had the Super 55 microphone, And then I was like pointing down, but it was like in any other day, I'd be like, he's just pointing down. But that was like the coolest pose you got. And I'm just like, I don't need to look at anything. She's the greatest photographer on the planet.
It's true. True story.
So, but no, yeah, you do.
So talented.
Amazing work.
Like, literally, we looked at those photos. We're like, this is crazy. I can't believe that you captured all of that.
That was one of the best shows I think I've ever photographed. Only because, like, I talked to the lighting people, and they were totally on board with lighting, and they. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it was great. Our show?
My bad. I clicked the wrong button. There we go.
We got you back.
There you go.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry, I'm a dummy.
No, that was such an amazing show. It was incredible.
Are you talking Nelly's or the home?
The home bar one. The Nelly's one. The Nelly show was incredible too.
That one with the cord wrapped all around you at Nelly's.
That was
that picture.
Oh, I remember.
So let's here's the. Oh, did we lose him?
Am I here?
Yeah, you're there. You're there. You're there. There we go.
Uh-oh. You here now? Okay, good. Sorry.
Damn the internet. We hate you, internet.
Why is the internet being stupid?
So I think talking about pictures is challenging, but we shout out to MC Photography. You can go look at pretty much any of our band pages, either Karma Committee or There Goes the Neighborhood, and I think Monica's got a really nice Facebook page too, where she posts like all these amazing pictures of bands that she's taken, and there's probably like every website. There you go. So if you're looking for like photography, yeah, totally, man. This is what this show is. This is just us like promoting ourselves, about making us feel so cool about ourselves. I'm just kidding, a little bit. Anyways,
cool.
Yeah, I'm not cool.
I
say that constantly, that I am not cool. Also, so for that show, what did you guys learn? What songs did you learn that stressed you out? What were the things that you had to get done to make the Nightmare Before Christmas Karma Committee a success?
Preparation.
I mean, a lot of like, even with like on the production side of it, like with Zach and Zach rented for us a low-lying smoke machine, like the log. There's like the dry ice or the dry ice fog machine, where it just it sits on the ground at ground level and just floats out, and like it looks like a waterfall over this pool. That, all of the lights, all the decorations, all like the little props and stuff. That was, I think, the biggest up for the show for me at least. Songs.
I think like we wish that we could have had, I think, some more songs incorporated from the movie or some stuff like that. Just, it's hard when you get a bunch of creatives in a room together and you throw an idea out. We're all like, oh, we have so many ideas about different things that we. And it's just like the first year is just a scramble to like put it together and make it happen. And we literally could not have done that without our friends.
I'm the guy.
We're all like, I mean, everyone together.
But I'm like, no, we should get something. We should suspend ourselves from the balcony. We could totally do it, guys.
So hang from the rafters and like, let's build a flamethrower. Like, it'd be awesome.
Dude, yeah. everybody's like, serve. I'm like.
Everyone's like, the first week we're all like so like puppies, like so excited, and then the second week it's like, oh, you only have 2 more weeks. Whatever you're doing, you need to execute. Like it needs to, you need to start getting the ball rolling. Yeah. We literally couldn't have done it without our friends. Our friends came. Oh, that's Monica. I was talking about you. That's how this whole combo started. I was like, literally, all of our friends came out and showed up for us, helped us in so many different ways that night, and it was just overwhelming. It was crazy. And so in the future we'll prep
that show is
much further in advance.
I think we're gonna try to off like as far as for like every show in December. We might do like 4 shows in December, like make it just big, like if 4 or like 2 shows a weekend or something like that, and just do that kind of show all of December.
Yeah.
So I'm still looking at venues to see if depending on what's going on with all this non-craziness, hoping that we could find, at least 2 or 3 venues we could just have that show at for the month of December, kind of like this thing. And it's kind of a cool to do like a Christmas like theme for the month.
Yeah, it's almost like you guys are doing like a mini Broadway, right? Like, here's the show. We're just gonna go on tour with the show in Chicago for a little bit.
Broadway.
Yeah, I'm
let's
like
focus on. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let's focus on venues that they'll let you rappel from the ceiling and maybe zip lines for sure.
And use flamethrowers.
Let's add a little bit more. Yeah, maybe fire for sure.
Yeah, pyrotechnics is where it's at, guys.
Pyro.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys live in the city. There's like a crazy healthy fire breather community in the city of Chicago, which is crazy to me. Like,
what kind of committee?
Fire
breathers. Yeah, it's like a huge thing. You go to bars and they just literally spit fire, and you just sit there and you drink and you watch them, and it is like the dopest thing ever.
It's
like my face on fire once doing that. I don't suggest that if you're an amateur.
No,
I got scars and
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait, what happened? I have to hear this.
Everclear is not your friend. All right.
This is an Everclear story. Of course, you clearly lit yourself on fire with Everclear.
My hubby is not the smartest person in the world when it comes to fire, alcohol.
You just don't do it drunk. How about that? This was about 20 years ago. So, I mean,
nobody in the history of the world has
not
ever.
That long ago.
Yeah, nobody in the history of the world has ever made a good decision when Everclear was involved. Like, that's just not a thing, guys. Right? Like, that has never happened.
Yeah.
When you're drunk and you say, "Yeah, watch this," it's not going to end good.
Never, ever.
Yeah, this is a good question for the ladies. Has your man ever said, "Hey, watch this," and it's ever gone well? Like, has that ever been a thing?
I don't recall a time that it went great after I heard those. But I am also that person, so that's.
No, so here's the thing. Last time he said anything, last time you ever did anything that was crazy, you shattered your ankle. You know, that's the thing.
And it's when I light my face on fire or I shatter my ankle, it's always with the same guy. It's always with one of my friends growing up. I've known him since I was 8 years old. It's always with him.
1%.
Yeah.
1%.
Every time you get hurt with him.
Pretty much.
Yes, it's true.
So Monica, he's going out with his friend and getting.
Don't forget your body cast.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Like when usually it's like the family's getting together at this point. You know, like they've got a couple of kids, we've got kids. So it's usually all of us together at their lake house or, like whatever, like vacationing together. And it's usually the two of them getting into trouble together, no matter where we are. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, even
for these.
Here's the thing. So I am the world's worst stuntman.
Yeah.
I mean, I try. I just the execution isn't there.
You're like you're like Jackie Chan if he was terrible. Like if he had like an inner ear infection. Yeah. Like that's you.
Yep. 100%. Yep.
Inner ear infection.
You know what? At least I put forth the effort. I tried.
He sucks.
Yeah, you go for it. All right. Anyways, we're done talking about us. We're going to talk about Karma Committee here because.
All right,
that's fantastic.
That's when I die. Put that on my tomb, right? Or when you die, Adam, maybe we'll put that on your tomb. He's like Jackie Chan if he had an inner ear infection. That's how I want to go out.
I love it. I kind of love that.
Yeah. So, all right. So we talked about Karma Committee a little bit, talked about some shows you guys have done. I want to hear a little bit about how you guys decide what's working versus what's not working. And maybe tell us about a song that wasn't working and how you guys decided to or what did you do? Did you give it up or did you try to sell it harder?
Which one do you want to do?
There are some songs we still play that them. Like there's so many times that I'm in a venue and I'm so excited to do Born This Way, Lady Gaga, and I can tell it's not going to go over well, but I'm like, you know what? You're just going to have to let it
Yeah, this is for me right now. This is not for you guys. Like,
yeah. Pretty much.
I need to be. We've been much better about that. But there's plenty of songs on our set list that as you know, everything's so different. Every crowd is so different. It's
Totally.
not like a lot of our stuff is like this top kind of poppy stuff, and over great at some of the younger bars that we play. It goes over great at venues in the city. It goes over great, and then you show up and you're like, oh, they will hate that. Then you only know what you can only swap out, what you can swap out, and try to make adjustments as you can. But sometimes even before we do it, I'm like, well, we'll just do it.
Sometimes we bring results out,
Yeah.
like songs we didn't like we played before, and we're like, people aren't really dancing to that. Maybe this isn't a dancing crowd, so they're like, all right, let's go. But we always end up playing we always play this rock mashup that we have, like the epic, the Sweet Child and the
Yeah.
'cause we figure playing all of those songs like in full, it's too much. But if you put a bunch of them in one like mashup, like you could get the set like maybe even bigger sometimes.
Yeah.
And you could like not have to play the whole show of those songs.
I think that's really good for like dance music, right? Because like dance music is kind of like that. Like if you go to like a bar or a club or something like that, like you're not going to hear the whole song. That's like not how it goes, right? You're like dancing to a vibe, not a song, right? And that's what a mashup is. A mashup is like a vibe, which I think is super cool.
Make it work.
We're figuring it out as we go.
What's another song? Another song that I specifically remember that I loved, and we crushed it. But it was in the Remember Perfect with Ed Sheeran, Beyonce.
Yeah.
And I mean, we crush it. Like it's like right in our wheelhouse. So, but we're playing it at a venue, and we're like, for instance, like at Whiskey Jack's, specifically at Whiskey Jack's.
Oh no, I think they liked that.
No, I didn't play it there because at the last second, everybody was like starting to and I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, because like it was like right before, with I got feel it, and everybody in the whole place is going. I'm like, we're not playing Ed Sheeran Perfect after this, guys.
That's not gonna work.
Mission.
Yeah.
But we've done it a couple of times where like we played like this bitchin' just up tempo beat, like song in general, and like all of a sudden like this. I found love, and like people are just like, oh, like when he's playing, and obviously play a song, it's a slow song. You hear like the 5 people in the crowd, oh fuck this, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, pardon my language, but
unacceptable. You're off the show, never to be brought back again. Not because you swore, but because you played an Ed Sheeran song. By the way, no, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine.
No, we had to cut Ignition though.
Yeah, that was hard.
You could understand why.
That was hard for me.
There's plenty of songs that we were playing when we started this that we don't play anymore for many reasons. Sometimes the crowd hates it, so we're like, we just shouldn't do this.
I adore that song.
Yeah, we had a talk. We talked about that earlier. There's a bunch of songs that I like grew up with that I love that I just can't like listen to anymore because of just stuff that's happened since then. And it's just it kind of sucks. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like famous people just end up being jerks. That unfortunately happens. You got to move on. There's plenty of great music out there. I'm sure you guys have a list of songs that you'd like to do, so it's not that big a deal. But it's tough when what you're growing up like listening to isn't on the table.
Totally.
Pump Up the Jam is still good though,
dude.
And I'm so happy about
when
that.
I hear that song, I feel like I want to wear like really short shorts and like I want to do like a Richard Simmons like workout or something like that. Like that's what I imagine.
Like the video that Adam created for the emo versus.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Exactly like that.
Chris, tell me you saw that video.
I didn't.
Chris, tell me.
So Brian Sanchez wanted to he wanted to bark back, and he wrote another video. But I watched that video. I'm like, there's no way in hell we could do anything better than this. I was like, it's pointless. I go, so we're gonna waste 20 minutes trying to be funnier than that. They prepped for it. And he did not. I go,
that was no prep, man.
That was absolutely no prep.
That was 2 takes. The first take, my balls were hanging out, so he had to redo it.
I told him, I recorded him, I'm like, I see your balls. We can do this. Nope. We gotta take this back.
When I was back in Hot Sauce Committee, we had
Monica.
you're like, down there. Look, you're like sitting there. It's like up the side of it, like stop. No. So a couple years back on committee, we were shooting a music video that never saw the light of day, which sucks because it was the funniest thing. But we all went to like a Goodwill and we found all these old 90s or like 80s workout clothes. Nice. I have a picture somewhere, and it was just like we started shooting, and one of the guys in the band, like, I'm like, dude, you probably should like not pull up your pants. You should probably pull them down a little bit. I'm like, there's someone on, and like you move, and you just messed up the whole take. Like, I'm just, but that was epic, and that's why I didn't want to yell at you because we would have lost.
Hey, I think we all should
picture Monica like.
Hey, so now was that title match? Was that a draw or how did that end up?
No, we both won. Listen, that's how it works. It's not about who wins.
I thought you guys.
I think the crowd won.
Yeah, that was a fun show. That was definitely a fun show.
100%.
I remember I recorded a video that nobody talked about, but I had a lot of fun recording it because I like actually went to my gym and I'm like, hey, we're doing like a fight themed show. Can I record me like punching you for a bit? And he's like, no, bro, I'm gonna teach you a flying arm bar. I'm like, all right, let's do that then. so then he taught me how to do a flying arm bar after class. It took like an hour. Like we're just going around like I basically got like a free private for an hour and he taught me how to do a flying arm bar and it was amazing.
That's right, Shaheen. You had a video too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, nobody talked about my video. I actually had to work for my video.
You had to work for your shit.
Yeah, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie.
It was too close. I feel like.
Yeah, well, I thought
done it earlier.
I thought we were gonna start like some serious fake beefs, man. That's what I was in for. I was really signing up for like an intense beef.
So was I. I had that big so this is where it goes back into what we were talking about being overly enthusiastic about something. Like, Chris, can I get to like propel you in? Like, you're not getting a cannon, you're not getting shot out of it, like that kind of thing. But all I wanted to do was have, which I got my way with bands like as well, being set up on stage. But I thought it would be badass for one band to play a song and then like have like commentary, like like the next band will play a song and but back and forth. But then
like
the
I love the idea.
But the engineers were like, "You're an idiot," and I'm like,
I love where your head's at though. Like it's a great idea, but like the execution would have been so horrible, right? When I heard about that, I'm like, it sounds like Warped Tour a little bit. Exactly. Yeah.
But to do like a ring around it too would have been.
Yeah, I wanted to do that, but I couldn't get off. Get all the supplies I wanted. The turnbuckles, I wanted to do that.
Listen, I just want to know, can we start a karma committee? There goes the neighborhood beef. Like, can we make that a thing? Like, because I really want to beef with a band. I think it'd be so fun.
Dude, yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
What other cartoons are there? Like, or not cartoons. Like, what other like Nightmare Before Christmas style things? Or you guys could be all the bad guys for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wait, why do we have to be the bad guys? Why do we have to be
the bad guys?
Listen, if we did Disney, I would take the bad guys. Okay, like the villains are way cooler than the actual protagonists in Disney movies. Always, by the way.
Yeah, the villains are pretty badass.
When I was younger, they were better.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh no, I totally think that you and Chris can totally do the princess and prince kind of thing from Disney.
I thought you were saying the princesses. I'm sitting there, I'm like, no.
Yeah, Chris can be the princess, and I
We did do Superman and Wonder Woman 2 years ago.
Nice.
I'll be a villain. I could be a villain, I think.
I would love to be a villain. But kind of
villain.
When we did Superman and Wonder Woman, like the whole band, like, originally I was thinking, I was like, are we going to be the Avengers or the Justice League? And Steve, our guitarist, he's the most amazing person on the planet because he's like, I'm just gonna be Iron Man. I'm like, okay.
That was his only thing that he's ever like really wanted.
Like, okay.
Like, I just want to be Iron
And
Man.
then Drew's like, I'm Deadpool. I'm like, all right.
This is coming together right now, guys.
Yeah, dude, it was hysterical. And Pauly did like pretty dope Spider-Man thing. And then Kate and I are like, okay, well, I guess the DC characters then. And I got the wrong size costume. And we all know the inseams on those costumes are a little, like, I have a very long torso.
Kind of
Yeah. I'm not a very leggy guy.
And it was shiny. So being under the lights at a show, all the reflections hit. So I'm sitting there like trying to pull like the thing down. I'm sitting there, I'm like,
camel.
I'm like pulling, and yeah, it was the classic camel.
Classic.
You probably
It was
looked
more
like a
of a
ballet
show
dancer,
I've
I
ever
would
played.
think.
And it was at Joe's Live too, and
Nice.
it was like the most uncle I've ever been, like with what I was wearing.
I can't believe
I
that,
used to
that you
wear
guys didn't
correctly.
learn. That's like the whole thing about a costume is like cosplayers say this, right? You have to wear the costume like the day before you intend to wear it out, right? Like I feel like women do this too, right? Like when you go out, I'm just saying this because you guys spend typically more money and more time on your clothes, and they need to fit better because guys can just like wear a jacket or whatever the hell. It's fine.
I think he spends more on his.
I believe that, by the way. But I feel like women need to have like a trial run with their clothes. Like if you care about your clothes, you do a trial run before you wear them out, right? Maybe that's not a women thing. Maybe that's just somebody who cares about their clothes. That's definitely not me.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a shit. Like I'm just gonna work
I
out.
wish
Whatever, but...
I would have done that. That's what we were talking about earlier with the whole costume stuff.
Right.
That's
so
what we should have done.
That's the
But
takeaway.
we never do.
That's the takeaway here. If you're gonna wear like a costume or you're gonna apply makeup and you've never done it before, like do it the night before, do it like the week before, like do it sometime before, and just try it out first.
Like a wedding trial run.
Yeah.
Figure out what.
She's told me to do this every single time. Because I have this faith.
But I can't tell you to. I don't actually do either. So
You do it more than I do. And I have this thing where like, I'm like, oh, I have faith it's going to be good. I'm like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I get to the show and I put it on. I'm like, shit. And I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I need a belt. Or like, I need to go buy a new pair of pants. Like at the wedding we went to in Florida last year. I'm getting ready for the wedding. I put the pants on. They barely got halfway up. And she's like, oh, when are you going to be here? I'm like, I had to go to the store with a suit jacket on with a tie, and I was wearing basketball shorts.
Nice.
It was, the guy was looking at me, and I had my, and the guy looking at me, and I just look at this guy, I'm like,
don't you try them on?
yeah, I know. But yeah, that sucked. But girls are smarter because they try stuff on first. I do not.
Yeah. I feel like that's a thing that we can all walk away from here having learned. Like just try it on first. Yeah.
Just try it on.
Try it on.
We're all a little
Put
bit
some on.
smarter for having had this conversation.
I feel wise. I feel very wise.
Yeah. My stream is kind of lagging a little bit, and I'm trying to think about how to fix it, but I don't want to interrupt the show. So maybe we'll just keep going.
It's a little rocky.
And hopefully everybody's following along okay. I apologize for the quality issues here. Yeah. So let's see. What else shall we talk about here? We've gone for we talked a little bit about Karma Committee. Is there anything about Karma Committee you guys want to tell us? Is there anything fun about the band? How did you guys all meet? So we talked about how you and Kate met. How did you meet everyone else in the band?
Well, Pauly was my original drummer in the Hot Sauce Committee back in 2011. Holy cow, it's been 9 years?
Yeah, dude.
Woo! God, I'm like itching. Like, yeah. Where the hell did the time go? Met Pauly back in 2011. He was my few years. And then we stayed in touch with him. And then finally, when we got this opportunity, I called him. I'm like, dude, you want to play drums? He's like, yes. He goes, and he has a signature thing. he says that rules and puts up the emoji this. So it was good to see that again. And Steve, you want to tell him about Steve? How we got Steve?
I think. Well, I think we found Steve and Drew. Well, Steve we found on Craigslist. Actually, it's funny. I like posted just thinking, okay, what happens? When we were looking for a guitar player, just put some feelers out, talk to friends, and I just figured we'll just put it out there, right? A quick ad, and got a reply from Steve, and he sent us a video of himself. Steve's so incredibly talented. All of our guys are we are so lucky. I'm like, every single time I talk about them or get together with them, I'm like, I can't believe I get to play with guys. Like Steve he sent us videos, right? Him performing with his other band that had a guy and a girl singer. That was back when he was in college, I believe. And so he was like, oh, I've been looking for a band. This looks like a great opportunity. Here are songs. It was like all the songs we were already doing and ready.
Easy learn.
Yeah, and he has just this fantastic ability to match the tone. Like he can find any tone to find. He can
the original tone of the song that
that's
playing.
cool.
And he does
the voicing. I'm just like
so talented, and he does he helps us with our tracks. He helps make anything we use, because a lot of the pop EDM kind of stuff that we do unfortunately requires that. And Pauly's already playing drums as well as and it has, is helping us run the actual tracks for the show. So we do have some like minimal tracks going, and Steve has helped put them together. They're just all so talented, and the website too.
Yes,
yeah, he's just this crazy talented guy that we met on
Beast.
We found on Craigslist, and
we just found him on Craigslist. He's not our friend yet.
Yeah. We're still feeling him out.
Good friends.
Yeah.
No, he's like a brother.
Crazy.
This kid is very talented. He plays piano.
Yes.
Like the most ridiculous. And he didn't even bring out the piano until like, I don't know, 6 months after he's in the band. He's like, I could play this on keys, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
he's like, piano was my first guitar. I'm like, what? But no, him and Drew. We got Drew through a bass player. The bass player before Drew. He is an extremely talented dude. Nick Adams he plays for the is it ISO, Illinois Symphony Orchestra. I mean, he's like, it's just ridiculous. And
the symphony had like crazy requirement of shows and things. So at the end of the day, he decided like banner the symphony, and that's kind of something that goes for such a long time. He introduced us to Drew,
which was really
insanely
cool.
Talented too. We're just really lucky.
That was cool that he did that too, because not a lot of people, like when somebody like has to leave a band, even if it's on good terms, like sometimes they don't even help look for somebody. There's certain people that have done that, but Nick was just like, "Hey, I got this guy already." You'd be crazy if you stayed with us and didn't do the ISO, Mike. So then Drew came in, and Drew's like, "No, I got your set down already." What? Played a show at a private event first, and it's been history since there. He's like, I was super nervous. I'm like, why? It's like original music, and the things that Drew does a lot of his own original music. He's got records out.
Super cool.
We were blessed and very lucky to have everybody in our management. So all those people are truly helpful to what we do and very patient with me. I appreciate that, everybody.
What's this I hear about you guys doing original music now? Is that a thing? You guys are writing your own tunes as well?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. You guys writing some tunes? I want to hear about it.
Yeah, we're just I kind of just writing, just kind of to keep the iron hot, I guess you could say, because all of us original bands from back in the early 2000s, that's how I started writing music. I was like 16 bands and 17, 18, all the way until 30, I'm not going to say 35. And Richie from Seventh Heaven, he manages us. Great guy. He's a ninja when it comes to anything like digital and like anything in like the industry and the scene, whatever. But he's like, yeah, I got originals, this and that, and we're in the pre-production stage right now. I've laid down a track, and you know the guys are gonna go in and their essence on, and then Kate and I are just we're gonna make it as fun-loving duet as possible.
Cool.
I know we're just excited. I'm excited to just product out, just something tangible for fans and friends and family and stuff. So
we all probably had time too, right? I mean, with sort of COVID and being locked down and stuff, you probably had time to kind of refocus, think about stuff that you're doing. I don't know if you guys were rehearsing or not, but there weren't, like you mentioned, there probably weren't a lot of shows in the last couple of months. So you had some time to kind of refocus your musical, your musical lasers, right?
And it's one of those things where, I'm sure everybody at one point or another is getting restless.
Yeah.
Because at the point where like her and I looked at each other, she said it like she was, dude, we've been in it for like 2 months. It was like May or something. We haven't killed each other yet. I'm like, I know. But we're like, okay. She's like, well, should we check on the guys? But no.
No, they're probably fine. They're fine.
Dude, I mean, but it's been a challenge, especially we've been lucky and blessed enough that she's working thing. My job gave me an awesome like separation package until school starts next month. And I know that everybody in the band has been, working at home.
We haven't seen each other though.
We haven't seen each other.
You guys did a live stream though, right? Yeah.
Oh, we did that.
We did that live stream.
Oh my gosh.
We had some technical issues.
Yeah.
Drew actually came over. That was the first time we saw anybody.
Yeah, we did go by Pauly's and drop off beer for his birthday.
That was on Pauly's birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back to me.
Yeah. Drop off beer outside and like be creepy people and like be like, hey, here's some balloons and stuff.
Here, would you like some beer for your birthday?
I can't get birthdays passed in our band without like doing stuff.
Oh, dude, Kate's epic. With any celebration, like if there's anything that she just is like, I don't care if you like it or not. I'm baking you a cake or cupcakes. You better pick one. My birthday was last week. I have to bake cupcakes to go to your parents' house.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. She's like, you don't have to bake cupcakes. I'm like, you don't have to bake cupcakes. What do you want? She's like, what do you want? I'm like, funfetti with blue frosting. She's like, okay. So she made me this funfetti blue frosting cupcakes.
Did you say funfetti?
My niece, funfetti, best cake ever.
That's like the one that's like rainbow colored, right? It's like every color known to man, like with like the little pieces of confetti in it or whatever.
Yep.
I love that request. It's not like something easy, right? It's like I want the thing with all the shit in it. Like, give me that one.
Well, I just bought a box though, just between you, homemade from Target.
Yeah, fair.
I did the box.
Hey, you did an incredible job. I saw the pictures. They were.
Thank you.
They looked delicious.
You're children.
Hey, in defense, I baked her for her birthday.
What'd you do? I'm sorry.
I baked her a cake. I baked her birthday.
Woo!
Is that like a thing? Did you have to like? Was that the first time you'd ever baked, or was this a thing that you did? You do a practice run? See, practice run. You had done a practice run and it came out great.
It was the Easy Bake Oven.
Still counts.
Oh my God, Kate! Do you remember the Easy Bake Oven?
Oh my God, I love that thing.
Still counts. Still counts.
I've always been such a food-driven human, so I was all about the Easy Bakes as a kid.
Dude, her and I are fridge.
I love the Easy
Bake.
Bake.
Dude, that's
Monica,
like.
do you have them? Do they still sell those?
I'm looking right now.
I don't know.
Let's
We
see.
should probably get one for the girls. Yeah.
Easy Bake Oven, Amazon. Do they sell those? Let's see.
That's exactly what I'm right now.
Are you guys looking this up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Why not? Easy Bake Ultimate Oven Baking Star Edition, $46. Is that a good price? I don't even know.
All right, Uncle Shaheen, can you please order that for the next kid's birthday?
Easy Bake.
Who's that?
And
Cadence is next. Cadence is next.
That'd be good for Cadence.
So, Uncle Shaheen. There you go.
Put it on our wish list. I'll look at it and I'll grab it then. Just remind me. It'll
Actually, she mentioned she wanted a sous vide, I think. So maybe
nice.
You can get that.
Nice. Tell her I'm gonna put her in a hot water bath the next time I see her.
Too. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Monica, those easy bake things, I would like make like 3 or 4 and they take like 18 hours because it's that little light bulb that's like baking them. And then I would use my light bright and just sit with my light and like eat treats. I remember those were the days.
Seriously. Same. 100%.
6 more hours until my pret's ready.
Right?
Oh my God, the things we did before every kid had phones. We had to like bake cookies with light bulbs. Like that's what we had to do.
Dude,
like, that was
guys,
our life.
We're making ourselves.
Yeah, we're super aging ourselves here. All right.
I miss the 90s.
We're gonna refocus here because I actually I was talking to Chris and he mentioned some interesting facts. We're gonna talk about some interesting things here now because one thing that he mentioned while you guys were on the old quarantine is that you guys did a lot of podcasting. And I heard, Kate, that you are super into murder podcasts.
Yes, you are correct. No, I like true crime stuff. I've always been that weird person who loves true crime. Like, we will be at a hotel and everyone had a crazy fun night and everyone had a lot of drinks and like, you know, Steve will travel and we'll share rooms. So it's like Chris and I in one bed, Steve and Amanda in the other bed. We're friends with them. We all go to bed. I'm like, you have to go to sleep right now because you got to wake up to Chicago and do a birthday party on your way back and it's Sunday and you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, you need to go to bed. It's like 3:30 in the morning, which means Forensic Files is on, which means like up in the night online or watching TV. Like, I love me some crime.
She's like, I couldn't sleep. It's like, yeah, well, watching the massacre of like 1968 from like 1:30 in the morning.
I gotta know more.
What was the profiling crime show that was on all the time? Like Criminal Minds or something like that?
Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Criminal
Minds. I was about that.
I used to travel a lot for work, and like I'd come home, and my wife would look like she hadn't slept in days, right? And I thought it was sweet because I'm like, oh, you missed me. She's like, no, I've just been watching Criminal Minds for like the last 73 hours. Like,
oh my God.
She's like, I can't sleep. The guy will come through the window and kill me or something. I'm like, dude, have you tried not watching crime shows like late at night?
Right.
Like those things scare me during the day.
I can't help it though. Like Chris was gone for like 3 or 4 nights. I'm up here like watching adventures, watching like I don't know what's wrong with me. But.
Dude, yeah, she shows up and she's like, she goes to me, she goes,
like, I had a dream.
She's like, real. But I was in bed and somebody was trying to get in through the kitchen window. They sprinted towards my side of the bed. I guarantee that wasn't real.
that did not happen.
No, that's not what happened. I heard tapping and it woke me up, but it was probably.
Sorry guys, my bad. Embellished a little bit.
But I was watching like all this crazy stuff.
But yeah, no, I didn't know if that was.
There's months of time we'll go falling asleep. She doesn't like it, but Forensic Files every night. I fall asleep to it, so I feel your pain.
I hate it. I wake up in the middle of the night, like with nightmares that like somebody's attacking me. Yeah, I'm just hearing what's on the TV, and it is the worst. Like it's the worst, and he loves it, and I cannot stop him from. Oh my God.
But I don't know about Forensic Files 2. I don't know. I don't like the guy's voice, I don't think.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that. But those podcasts.
Dude, you gotta turn on the sleep mode. Turn on the sleep mode. Monica doesn't wake up terrified. Turn on the sleep.
We don't have a sleep mode. It's because it's what is it? What
Fire Stick.
Yeah, it's Fire Stick. So it's Amazon Fire Stick. So like I can't really turn it on a sleep mode. So it's like I wake up at 4:00 in the morning to a nightmare that somebody's killing me.
Wait. Check. I do that to my own self. Like, come on, AJ, sometimes admit that you probably wake up like, and it's like because I watched 4 hours of like a documentary about Ted Bundy or
This,
whatever.
this all just sounds horrible, by the way. This sounds horrible.
I can't stop.
No.
Like seriously, me too.
This is like, hey, remember that time I watched so much TV I gave myself a mental illness? Like, this is what you guys are telling me right now.
Dude, so
Love it.
dude, so and I hope you don't like, this isn't a bad story about you, but there was one time in particular where I'm in a dead sleep in my work. I have to wake up at 4:00 in the morning when I'm in the school year, and I pray. It was like 3 a.m. with even more. But I wake up to Kate saying like, "Oh my God, go away, go away!" Dude, she picks the remote up and throws it at the door in the bedroom. I'm like,
I was in a nightmare and I like woke up.
she had a nightmare.
Wait,
she
you were
woke
awake?
up and she's like, "Go."
No, I was like
No, she
asleep.
was
I was like
sleeping.
waking up from like a nightmare. But you know when you ever had that thing happen where you wake up but you're still like in your dream kind of?
Yes.
Yeah,
So you're still like kind of like seeing whatever your dream is.
Yeah, no, dude, I go like this after she did it. Like she goes, "Check the house," and I'm like, mind you, I'm like, damn it. I got up. I grabbed the knife. Don't ask me why.
You did not.
Yes, I did. What's your name? Because I walked our back room that we had our stuff like that. It's like our storage area. Really dark. So I'm just like waking up and I'm like, well, she threw the remote. That's legitimacy all in there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so it might not be right, but I'm just gonna check anyway. But no, I remember, and this is like when her and I we were like, I was watching like Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, you were
every
about
night of the
you
week.
loved
And so it's like, like one day we're at the Cuckoo Mansion, something, and this person jumped out, and then so that's what we used to go to sleep to. And then she woke up that one day. I'm like, all right, maybe we should not watch that anymore.
Yeah.
So we watch like Parks and Rec now.
Dude, Parks and Rec is amazing. I just started watching that. I've never seen it before, and it is amazing. Once you you gotta understand the show. I feel like
introduced it to Chris, and I'm just right. I'm like, when I first introduced it to Chris, he's like, "What am I watching?" And I'll start from the very beginning, and let's get trust me. And now you love it.
I watched all 7 seasons 15 times.
That
continue to.
That first season is tough. That first season was really rough.
Yes!
Once you get through the first season, it's great. And I like that was the thing that I wasn't really in any of the shows that everybody really liked. So I started watching like The Office. I watched The Office for the first time like last year. Like I'd never seen The Office before then.
Do you watch The Office a lot?
I do now.
Because I can't get into it. I can go 5 or 6 episodes and like have the patience to.
I like it.
She swears on it.
It's funny.
I haven't been able to get into it.
It's pretty good. It's like I feel like Parks and Rec is a good example of this too. Like you have to start liking the characters before you like the show. Like the show isn't going to catch your attention until you realize like Parks and Rec didn't click for me until you realize that Anne is just like the sweetest person ever, right? You're just like you're like, "Oh, I love it. I like love her." And it's sort of the same way with The Office too. Like Michael Scott, you love Michael Scott. If you don't love him, if you don't realize that like you love him, then it's not a fun show. Then you're just like, this guy's an idiot. Like he's terrible. I hate him. But once you realize that like you love him, then it becomes a great show.
Yeah, I think for Parks and Rec was season 2.
Yeah,
was Ron Swanson. That's kind of when they flipped his whole because season he's same like as he is like this, like you know what I'm saying? Like in the first season he's very like just. He just gets super funny from like second season through the end of the show. I'm just like, how could you be
like this guy's amazing
comedian? I don't know.
I have such a good Ron.
I know she does.
Like I love him. I love it.
I think you should grow a mustache, Chris. That's what you should do. You should grow a Ron Swanson like COVID mustache. That's what every man should be just growing.
Play saxophone?
Yeah.
Duke Silver.
Yeah.
I bought her Duke Silver shirt, not the memories of now.
Yes.
Nice.
Monica, AJ, do you guys watch? You guys said you watch Parks and Rec, right? I feel bad. It's like laggy, so I can't like.
I just started a little bit, but I from the beginning. It was just like on, so I've been watching it lately. But have you seen the IT Crowd? That show is a British sitcom.
You need to see it. You need to.
If you like those kinds of shows, start from the beginning. Watch a couple episodes. You'll fall.
Oh my God, the IT
series.
Crowd! Like I hated the first. I hated the first episode. I hated it. I'm like, I'm not into this. Adam, you're full of shit. Like your sense of humor is not there. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Then like 2-3 episodes in.
So savage.
Thanks.
So savage.
This is what like years of marriage is like. Here you go. Oh yeah, something like that. You know what? After a couple episodes, like 2-3 episodes, I was so hooked. Here's the little one.
Awesome. Again. Hey, speaking of true crime podcasts and stuff, we'll talk later. I don't want to bore everybody for, we could talk about this a lot. I've got 3 or 4 you might like, or you got a few that I might
What do you watch? What do you listen to? We can talk later.
I listen to okay, my top 3, I think I told Chris earlier, True Crime, Sword and Scale, and Case Files.
Oh, Case Files, yes.
Yeah, the Australian guy.
Yes. Yep.
Right in the.
I don't know any of
I
these.
can't do it Australian.
Yeah, I like the Australian accent though. You think that's a knife?
Crikey, mate.
That's a knife. Dude,
that and the New Zealand accent. I really like those. The waves.
Low key.
Good eye.
I've been working on every accent known to man because I play Dungeons and Dragons every Sunday, and like the way that I watch TV shows and then I just make characters based on those TV shows. So I just recently watched like Letterkenny. So all my characters that are in my Dungeons and Dragons game are all based off of characters from Letterkenny.
Really?
And it's like, by the way, if you've never seen Letterkenny, it is the funniest Canadian show that has ever existed ever. It's like, it's so funny that I started rewatching Trailer Park Boys. Like that's how good it is.
That's Trailer Park Boys is hysterical.
Dude, Trailer Park Boys is amazing. Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, what's Trailer Park Boys?
It's on Netflix, is what it is.
It's been on for a minute. It's like, I don't even know.
They're from Nova Scotia.
I have to watch it. Have you guys seen Eurovision?
Which one?
Have you seen Europe on
oh my
Netflix,
God, yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to get Chris to do Yaya Ding Dong with me. I want to cover Yaya Ding Dong.
You totally should. The only thing I didn't like about it is that Will Ferrell looks so freaking old. Like he looks so old. Like
I know.
He looks.
Wait up. What is this show that you're talking about? Will Ferrell? What?
It's a movie.
It's on Netflix.
It's fantastic. It's with Will Ferrell. It's just
Rachel
Will Ferrell
McAdams.
being Ferrell.
Pierce Brosnan's in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What a role
love
for
it.
him.
Right there.
You guys have to go watch it after this.
Dude,
it is
you have
so.
to.
I know what I'll be doing during the midnight shift.
Yeah.
Dude, it is. It is worth the watch. I didn't think it was going to be funny at all, and it was.
Neither did I.
It was not only was it funny, but it was also like really sweet. I thought it was a really nice movie.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was made. It was. I mean, the characters. It wasn't like they were overly trying.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes in Will Ferrell's movie, you could tell some of the characters trying too hard to act.
Totally.
Like everybody was like on point in this.
Rachel McAdams is so good too because
she was very good.
She brings this like honest, genuine, like the way that she played the character was just it was so great. It was so funny. I think from the was like this is going to be like really stupid humor, and that's right up my alley.
I think someone's going to be mad at me for saying this. Someone's going to be mad at me for saying this, but like I actually thought she was Icelandic. Like I didn't recognize her at first, and I'm like, she sounds authentic. I don't know, right? Like the only other Icelandic person that I know like is Icelandic is Björk, which is like a terrible thing. That's like a dumb American thing to say, right? Like she's the only Icelandic person I know.
Wasn't that no? Moby's not.
No, Moby's in L.A.
Did you say Moby's from Europe somewhere?
No, he's from L.A., dude, isn't he?
He's from L.A. I found that out too a few years back.
Yeah, he was in a before he was Moby, he was in a punk band and he was writing like the album he wrote was called Animal Rights. It was like a punk thing, and like their single was called That's When I Reach for My Revolver. Like he was writing some edgy shit, dude. Like legitimately.
Cause
They don't need all that.
It was a song about suicide.
I'm looking this up.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's like
I'm offended
cotton.
that you don't believe me. By the way, I said it on the internet. It's true.
I believe you. Everything here is true. So true.
Yes, including everyone asking Karma Committee to cover Ya Ya Ding Dong because I think it would be so funny.
I think you should totally do that. I actually have a serious suggestion. So Kate, you were talking about Born This Way. What do you think about Lady Gaga's new album? Did you like it? Have you listened to it?
I have listened to it, and I have to say that, like, I have to be completely honest with you. I haven't sat and listened to the thing all the way through and every song on it. I have done that thing where you're working and you put it on and you're, whatever. I really want to like it, and I like some tracks off of it. I have not, like, dug in and explored it. There's tracks I liked out of tracks that didn't click for me. Maybe it's just because I haven't sat down and listened to the whole thing, which is funny because I actually love Lady Gaga. I love so much about her. So that's something I need to like take the time to do. I think with quarantine, it's just a weird time. It's like I'm going back and rediscovering music that I used to love, and it's like that going back and like I play a whole Joni Mitchell album or whatever, and I'm just like, I just forgot about songs, and I haven't been doing a very good job of like the new music thing other than the Chloe and Haley album. I've just been like I need to listen to it. What do you think? Did you like it? Did you listen to the thing?
There's like 3 tracks on it that just absolutely blow me away. Well, there's Sour Candy on there, which they do with she does with a K-pop band called Blackpink that I'm obsessed with. And
I heard about that.
Yeah, listen, K-pop is amazing. Just trust me on that. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. If you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you.
Shane, let's start a K-pop cover band.
I'm down. I will do it. I'll shave my beard for this. Okay, like.
Shave your beard. That is like your mark, dude. You cannot.
K-pop goes the weasel.
Yes, I love it. I love it. K-popcorn.
K-popcorn.
Yes. K-popcorn.
Yeah.
That's the one.
There's also the first track on the album is called Alice. Like the whole album has more like a retro vibe to it, I think. It like sounds like a 90s like dance album to me. It doesn't sound like a contemporary album. And that's what I like about it, I think, It just really reminds me of like listening to B96 in 99, I want to say.
Yes.
Like that's the vibe I get. Yeah. Like what you hear. Like
B96. Oh my god. That was never mind. I'm done.
I thought it had some cool vibes. I mean, like, so like my like new music routine has been someone tells me an album to go listen to, or someone like Spotify tells me like an album comes out, and my arrangement with my wife is she takes care of the kid on the weekends and I take care of the kid on the weekdays. So like I get her ready for breakfast, I bring her down, I put her in her chair, and then we listen to an album. So she loves the new Lady Gaga album, but her favorite is Hamilton. Like we listen to Hamilton every freaking morning.
Okay.
God.
Talking about all of you.
Did you guys see?
No,
did you get? I posted yesterday on Facebook story. Whatever. Mackenzie and Cadence are absolutely obsessed. They are obsessed with Hamilton.
It's so good.
Like,
it's so good.
Cadence and Mackenzie. They both know most of the words to all of the songs through Hamilton.
Yeah, she snuck up on Mackenzie yesterday. Went down the stairs as Mackenzie was singing along, scared the heck out of it. It's kind of, she posted it on Facebook. It's a kind of cute little.
I have to go see. I have to check this out. That is the cutest thing in the world.
It's stories. So look at my story. But it just they are so obsessed with Hamilton
because it's great.
And as a music lover, music person, I love and enjoy all types of music. Just seeing that in my children is just so incredible. Like for all of us, like we're all music lovers, right?
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, me when I was that age, I had a football helmet. So that's good that your kids are like you, because I was opposite.
I don't know how we lucked out with this. I don't know if it's because
persistence.
Listen,
shove it down their throats.
This is a long-winded way of me suggesting that when you guys think about doing your next theme, you should do a Karma Committee Hamilton theme. Like you should just straight up do some Hamilton songs, because I will be there. I will literally be there, and I will be in the front row with stars in my eyes.
Work. I'm ready.
Okay, well, make sure that whoever's watching this right. Can you delete this off of the live?
Yeah.
Make sure that nobody heard you say that. No,
we actually could.
I think
like,
we can
you
pull
can
it
rap.
up.
Okay.
I
can't
rap.
No.
No, but
dude, that would be so fun.
I would do it in a heartbeat, dude. But what solidifies the point.
I'm ready. My body's ready.
That Lin-Manuel Miranda is probably one of the most talented people in Hollywood. Broadway today.
Yeah, not just
Guy's
Broadway,
a genius.
right?
Like it's a genius. They do this, like you write an entire musical. You score an entire musical about Alexander of anybody with hip hop music, and you do it like seamlessly. Like, dude is insane.
I think he was writing
before that.
Well, he was writing Hamilton for like it wasn't like he wrote it in like that was like a 10-year thing. Like I went and read about it a little bit because of course.
Oh, I know.
And the fact that he had enough like enough presence of mind to work on that thing for that long, like that's I can never imagine doing something for that long, you know.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, okay, 3 years in, I'm like, all right.
And he also wrote the music for Moana, I want to say too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did Moana. I actually went to school for theater, so I was obsessed.
Right
back in the day, like when I remember when I first actually moved to New York, I saw him in the Heights, and I was like, and I just remember being like, this guy is insane. I just like that. It just blew my mind, and so then when Hamilton finally came out, I've been just kind of one of those crazy super fans, and I was just like literally stayed up late to watch it, and like trying to get Chris care as much as when you're like, you will like this.
We started.
Like
I'm like.
Did you guys get a chance to watch it in Chicago when it was in the theaters in Chicago?
Yeah, I took my mom for Mother's Day.
I did not.
How was it?
It was incredible. Yeah. And it was, it's funny because a lot of people had a lot of different things to say, about tour casts and whatnot. But I work at Shore, and it's like located right up the street from Hamilton. And it was just such a fun evening. I took my mom for Mother's Day because she really wanted to go see it. And tickets are so expensive, really expensive. So I was like, you're never going to do this for yourself. So we'll do it together, And my sisters all chipped in. We all
You like figured it out, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
We all ate ramen for a week, so we could take Mom to Hamilton.
Worthy sacrifice.
Can I ask a question? Is it okay?
No.
Okay,
moving on.
Kate, wait, you said you lived in New York, and you went to school for theater.
I did.
So like, what was your experience with that? Like, did you want to go on to Broadway, or like what was your kind of motivation to go through New York and all that?
I always wanted to live in New York. I was like one of those kids that like, do you remember, I feel like we're around this similar age, like Sex and the City when we were in like middle school, high school, and we were like, ooh, what's the show? We're not supposed to be watching.
Oh my God, Carrie.
I was like,
with her beautiful like clothes and everything. Absolutely. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I was like, I need to go live that life at some point. So after college, I moved to New York with a group of friends that we had done like a summer contract shows together. where they pay you and you like live in, you know, cast housing and you do shows all like 6 days a week. And we were like living together. We were all like, we want to go to New York. We want to go to New York. And we're all like, move to New York. We're performing all summer, 3 hours away from New York, going in on our off day. And we all just decided to move and didn't have a job, had no money. And it was funny because it was not, like I slept on an air mattress for I think 6 months or something because I refused help from, you know, you have to do, but it was a really great time when I lived in New York. I wasn't auditioning or anything. I actually ruptured my Achilles right before I moved. Yeah, so I moved like in a walking cast, and then I just like did the whole like work in Soho, live in New York thing for a little. Yeah, I had so many injuries.
This guy with a spin kick in the face. Like, ruptured my Achilles. Sorry, guys, go ahead.
No, it takes so long to heal. It was like a partial tear, so it like, you know, it wasn't a full rupture. It just partial tear. Yeah. But you have to be careful, and it's this whole long thing. Long story short, I didn't like move to New York with like dreams of doing Broadway or anything like that. I really wanted there, and I've always enjoyed performing. I did that for a little while, like full time. I did like tours and some contract shows. I did work at a park or whatever you're working at, and those were really, really fun years of my life. And then I was like, okay, now after I got off tour, I was like, I'm old, I just want to like have routine and have this be the fun thing instead of a contract to contract basis where you're working freelance and you're I mean, oh my God, I moved around all the time. I would just go where the work was, you're constantly, you sign a contract for not 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, whatever it is. And you basically are in a position where you're like doing a cruise ship. You either have to take a cruise and contract or get on a tour.
It's so hard. Yeah. That is such a hard life to live.
Totally.
Like even when you're young, day to or like month to month, you just don't know what you're dealing with, what's going to come up. It is very hard.
New York's like France, right? Which like everybody wants to go to Paris, but if you go to Paris or New York and you're broke, it sucks. It's terrible. If you have money, it's amazing. Yes. But if you're broke, it's just absolute dog shit. Like,
well, yes. Dude, like what Kate's not telling you guys is that Kate is like I was very blessed with the opportunities I had with the band that I was in before, like with the residency in Vegas. But this girl has been like she's just quiet about it, but she's been in multi-million productions, like toured with like Pepsi, and she's got more experience under her belt than I have had.
So why aren't you speaking loudly about that? Like, talk about the amazing experiences that you've had. It's awesome.
I had some fun experiences. It's always been, because I really love performing. It's really fun. I'm not really a great singer, I just enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying. I like doing it, and I'm aware of my ability and whatnot. But I had like 3 or 4 great years where I just did it full time for a while, right out of college, and after Achilles healed and all my other, and it was really, really fun. And now I don't know.
She's stuck with me.
Because the whole show wasn't on me. It's so different when you're in a band. You have so much responsibility. The whole, like, I was part of a cast. There was another girl, 2 other guys, or whatever, and so you might be doing 6 shows a day, 6 days a week, but you're not. It's not all you. You come in, you do your part, and you share the responsibility of like fronting or whatever. It's just a different, and it's all the stuff that you don't even think about that you have to deal with in the band. That would be amazing
to do things like that for me.
No, but then you don't. Then I was like, I just want to like wash my in a washer in my house and cook dinner.
Maybe not sleep on an air mattress. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or on a tour bus or the coffins or.
Yeah.
That's still a pretty cool experience to have and to share with people that or with friends and stuff like that.
I think it's really hilarious how unwilling we become to be uncomfortable as we get older. Like when you were young, it was probably really easy to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna sleep in a tour bus or like on an air mattress.
Yeah, I don't give
and
a damn.
now like my best friend wants to hang out and he's like, hey, you could just sleep on my couch. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not sleeping on your couch. Like, like the idea of going on tour, like and sleeping in a car and driving 20 hours a day now, like, no way. I can't do that. I'll die.
Yeah,
I will literally die.
I'd still do it.
I'm too old.
I'd still go for it.
I'm too old, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
crazy.
sorry. That's why I do podcasts now. I get to sit in my chair. I don't have to go anywhere. I just get to talk to people. It's great. It's great. I don't have to do any of that.
I agree with you on like the sleepovers though. When I get older, there's hell that I'm not coming. Like we will drive 2 hours from Wisconsin to like come sleep in our own.
Yeah,
bed.
totally.
That's where I am. Yeah. I don't care. I'll stay up all night driving if I have to, just to make sure that we sleep somewhere comfortable. Because like,
It's so funny.
nah, I fell asleep in my car one time. It was like, never.
Yeah, Adam with the driving. Adam wants to, like, he is insistent on driving to Florida, like, nonstop.
Hard
21
pass.
hours.
Hard
I
pass.
did that last week.
No.
Hard pass.
They won't let me.
Thank you. Exactly. Hard pass. Not going to happen.
With kids, it's a little more difficult too. You can't really sit them in a car for 21 hours straight. You know.
My parents did. When I grew up, listen to this story, okay? So when I was growing up,
oh, this is gonna be a good one.
we were driving. Like I just can't even imagine doing this anymore. We were driving. It was me, my sister. We were younger, and my aunt, and then my mom and my dad. We put everyone in a Toyota Corolla that didn't have AC, no CD player. We had the radio, and we drove to fucking Pennsylvania. Not like Pennsylvania here, like Pennsylvania on the coast. Which I don't know if you guys have ever driven to the coast of Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
But you're in Pennsylvania for at least 12 hours. Like, it's the whole trip. The whole trip is driving through Pennsylvania. Like, you go through Indiana, you go through Ohio, no problem. And then you're in fucking Pennsylvania forever.
6-7 hours later. Wait a second.
And it's like, it's 90 fucking degrees, maybe. I'm like sticking my head out the window like a goddamn dog, just trying to like get air because I can't fucking breathe. No Walkman. My mom didn't buy me a game. I remember this. I wanted a Game Boy. My mom didn't buy me a Game Boy, and I was pissed about it the whole ride. So I'm like, I could have been fucking playing my Game Boy. Like it was horrible. It's the worst experience that I can remember from growing up.
My parents used
Did you
to
have
take
your Walkman though at least?
No. I had to listen to AM radio with my dad, which was horrible. Horrible.
That sucks.
Brutal.
Dude, okay, so when I was younger, trips, I'm from Staten Island. So we would always drive out there years ago. I mean, I was like 5. But when we were in the car, I always have to sit in the middle of my brother. And they wouldn't let I would like try to like put my head under to sleep. They'd be like, "Get off me!" So I have to like this. I'm like 5, and then one time they put me on the floor.
Oh my
Grand
God!
Prix. It was a Pontiac Grand Prix.
Oh, Grand Prix,
dude. And I was sleeping like this because you know that home, like there's that little home in the middle that you keep your legs on, the middle seat. I had to sleep in like this. It sucked.
Yeah, it's horrible. Listen.
I never let anybody drive.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say road trips in general are just uncomfortable. Like they're not necessarily the greatest thing, especially now that I've got a kid. I'm just like dreading the next road trip. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be.
No.
I'm gonna be everything that I hate. Right? I'm gonna become.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become.
They're not so bad.
No, they're not bad at all.
I'll turn this car around if you don't shut up. Like that's gonna be me. You know, like.
Well, like right now, she's too young. You'd have problems with it. Probably about like 5 or 6 is when they do okay. You just throw an iPad at them, they're fine.
Yeah, we didn't
actually like a road trip. I don't mind road trips as long as it's not, like we said, driving all the way down to Florida or driving all the way down to New Orleans or like 16. Once I hit this like limit of like 10 hours, it's like this isn't as fun unless you stay. And you know, if it's a long 2-day drive, I'm in. Maybe somewhere fun on the way down, whatever. That's what I'm about. Chris does not want to stop anywhere.
Hell no. Get me to my destination.
Through the
You're
night,
making
and
good time.
we can do that, and we're gonna listen to my favorite murder the whole.
Oh yeah, And
we have a thing for road trips. Like we start out, we have a soundtrack. We've got a playlist for our road trips, and it's a thing. Like we start out every time. It's honey. What is it? It's the. It's not MXG.
Please say Kenny G.
No.
She said Kenny G.
That would be the worst. By the way, that would be the worst road trip music ever. I'm sorry to fans of Kenny G.
No, Julio Iglesias.
Enrique?
No, we have a playlist. Who is? I can't. Like, gosh, I'm.
It sounds like Adam's not a willing participant of this road trip right now. What's that thing we listen to on the road trip? No, I'm not involved in that.
Every time we go on a road trip, we put on the one song.
Well, Holiday Road. I mean,
well, yes, Holiday Road is like one of the first songs that we put on, but then after we put on
MU330.
Yes, thank you. MU.
The Vacation cover.
Yes.
By MU330. That's what it's talking.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. I'm glad you were on the same page.
If you had to go on a road trip, what do you think would be the worst song to listen to on repeat for 10 hours? Or more. 10 hours or more.
Who should answer this? Us or them?
Who cares? I'm going to throw out Country Roads. I feel like the first 10 minutes would be great. And then after that, like, it would be horror. It would just progressively get worse. What do you guys think?
I feel like in How I Met Your Mother, do you remember that get stuck in the car? Do you guys ever?
Yeah.
500 and I would walk 500.
Oh my god. I can't even listen to that song once.
When I wake up.
Or like Tough Thumping. That would be horrible. Chumbawamba.
Oh my god, Chumbawamba. Do you guys remember Chumbawamba? Oh my god.
I used to play in a 90s band. By the way, I played both of those songs in the 90s band. Just so you guys know. So I feel a little personally attacked right now.
Yeah, we played like a snippet of Chumbawamba after Barbie Girl and her Barbie mashup.
That's amazing.
That's a great song.
I jam out.
I caught myself singing Barbie Girl to my daughter, and I'm like, that's not appropriate for you, sweetie.
So like I remember. Okay, so like in boy band review when we used to travel back when we had like back when our like, Russ and Nick and Chainsaw and stuff like that, when we had the dancers, like when we were like in our like heyday, like with the Vegas residency before that, I had a playlist that I played every single day. We were playing at this time, solid year, we were playing 5 to 6 shows a week for a year, like the year 15.
And he would play the same playlist every time.
That was the year camp.
He would start from the beginning though, and so it was the same. Like it was.
So you never heard the songs at the end? Yeah.
Oh, and listening to music with me is very hard.
Yeah, like I feel like I have that whole playlist memorized.
Oh, dude, my playlist is awesome.
We're all haunted by it. Like, it was 3 years of our lives.
Dude,
that's
it's like.
all.
But I have a ton of different stuff on here. Can't Stop the Feeling, obviously.
Nice.
Justin Timberlake, Jay-Z, Bruno Mars. A lot of
all the hits.
Those were added.
My God, no, a lot of like Macklemore, Michael Jackson, Bieber, Gwen Stefani, like the Biebs. But then I have like I have like my '90s stuff. Like I got like Foxy Brown and
nice. Yes.
Oh, dude, my AD with music is out of control. Savage Garden.
Truly Madly Deeply. Oh yeah, brother.
I loved Savage Garden growing up. I would jam out to them like no other. It was amazing.
Dude, the funny thing is, we would be like in the van driving, and Kate. This is when Kate was in the band, and but we were still doing the boy band and the hot sauce thing. But these songs would come on. I like super crushed on her, and she was like, we were like talking, and like the Truly Madly Deeply would come on, and I'd look in the rear view, and I was like, I'll be your king, I'll be dude. But it was the best thing to look back on now, because if it didn't work out like this, I feel stupid. But it's kind of cute thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I just remember that specifically because she'd look and she'd be like, oh, and I'm like driving. I'm trying not to the van, abandon it. No, but it's just the music that time. I probably never would play a lot of these songs again just because I haven't really. What's
that lamb chop song?
Kate, did you know that story, by the way? Did you know that when he was singing Savage Garden to you, he was thinking those things? Because it's like really.
Oh, I was like oblivious.
It's super cute to think that he's like singing that. Yeah.
I think I was oblivious for a little bit, and I figured.
Singing it.
My eyeballs.
Yeah, twinkles.
My eyeballs were like, I'll be. Okay.
She like hears you singing it, and then she just starts singing along, like completely oblivious, like not even realizing.
Yeah.
She's like, I thought I was just trying to sing. I was just trying to harmonize with you.
I feel like every time he would like look back, though, I would frequently be like, I remember there were so many because when you're like traveling with a band. I mean, like the first each other, you're forced. You're in these situations where it's like you've done all these shows. You're disgusting. You're traveling. You had no makeup on. You just look like crap. Like,
we're all drunk at Steak and Shake.
Flaming hot Cheetos, like shoveling flaming hot Cheetos in my mouth by the bag. Like it just was not. It was not like cute. It was like this is what I'm like.
No way. That's like that. Yeah. That is like the definition of cute for me. It's not the fake bullshit. It's like this is like me. This is who I am. This is like legitimately
like, big book.
Yeah. This it's like what my life is, dude. Like it's not all glam,
No, it'd be boring if it was.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not real. By the way, that's gonna be your next anniversary. Chris is gonna show up and he's gonna sing "Truly, Madly, Deeply" to you, and I'm gonna take credit for it.
You know what song I would want to do actually for like an. Have you ever heard of what is it? Boots Randolph, Yakety Sax.
No.
You can hear
Wait, this would be the song to play.
Wait, I can't hear it. What happened? Where'd it go?
I don't think so.
But no, I'll put it in the link. It's Yakety Sax from Boots Randolph. It's that one song that, like, when they show people running after each other.
Oh, yeah. That's the...
Dude.
What's that? What's the show that it's on?
Benny Hill.
Yeah, Benny Hill. That's the Benny Hill song.
Yes. Yes. That is, that's what I'm going to do. I play it, I'm like, hey, it's like, I got something for you, baby.
Grand's over here. He knows it all.
I feel like I would.
Oh my god, I love Benny Hill. Benny Hill was hilarious.
I would like play a Rick roll. I think that would be like the song I would play for my wife. It'd be like, never gonna give you up. Yeah, totally.
Dude, but like with her, if it's like, who loves you? It's like, who? You! Boom, boom, boom. Soldier Boy, I told you.
Okay, I say you do it. I say you make me a mashup. Do a whole mashup.
It's like here's your appreciation mashup.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm
so that Yakety Sax song though, I feel like that's for every show. Like we're especially during festival season when you're running around
it's
like
super exhausting to think about.
That's what we always joke with the guys though, is that it's just we're all like everything's fine. It's working. Every show, right?
There's so many good ideas here that you could go with. Like you could even do like the Alexander Hamilton thing, but you could be like, I'm Christopher Servia. Oh, I'm Christopher
Alexander
Servia.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Shaheen, how does it go? Can you give us a little laydown? Like what? What?
There's a million things I haven't done, but just wait.
There you go. Keep playing.
I can't do the rep though. I'm still working on that. That needs more time.
It would be a good idea to get a bunch of the bands around the area to gather a production of Hamilton.
Can you imagine how bad it would be? But it would be so much fun. It would be terrible, but it'd be so much fun. This is one of those things that is so much more work than any of us can fathom right now.
Not as bad as you think.
AJ, you would make a great king. The king was like,
yes.
Think if the actually like when I saw it,
that's very true.
And I absolutely loved the production. I loved the king on
the king is the best
in Netflix. I forget he's like famous guy. I liked him, but when I saw it live, the guy that played the king, he was like was my takeaway from the show. It was just funny that guy was.
Well,
yeah,
he's killed it. And he only sings like 3 songs. Like he's not a big part of the show at all. Like it's amazing.
Did you see that? You saw it too?
Yeah, I saw the one on Disney. Yeah. The original cast production or whatever. Actually, the girl who plays Eliza is apparently from Libertyville. So I'm like hoping like low key when
that's right. Yeah.
When everything like opens up, I'm like low key hoping to run into her like a coffee shop or whatever, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be like me. Like,
that's what you're thinking in your head, but your body's like, I can't get. Sorry, I'm getting loopy.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking for a long time. This has been super fun. Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I know I think
It's not been 2 hours.
I think Adam's got to get to work in a little bit here.
We got to go to work in a little bit. We have one question that we need to ask though, that we always ask. Well, two questions. I got one that I like, but Shaheen usually asks this one. Ever fallen off the stage?
I do ask that question. Yeah.
I pushed somebody off the stage because they got in front of me off, and they were in my band at the time.
I haven't fallen off a stage. I've fallen on a stage many times, and I fell through a stage once when steps during a rehearsal.
Oof.
Fell through? Oh, jeez.
I've actually same with her. I've fallen through. You guys ever play a brewery?
Yeah.
Up in Wisconsin. Okay, so you know that outdoor stage that they have? Well,
wait, which brewery? Sorry, maybe I didn't play there.
Capitol Brewery?
No, I didn't play at that one.
It's like Neva, maybe I think it's somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But it's in Wisconsin, and the bus committee was playing, and it was we were playing Jump Around. And it was like a deck. The stage was like a deck.
That's the song that you fall off the stage to, for sure.
Oh no, I fell through. I broke a piece of the wood jumping, and my leg fell through. So one leg is out in the air like this, and like half of like my body down to like my thigh in this stage that was probably and then the guy had I remember the manager got pissed at me. I'm like, dude. I'm like, I was like, I wasn't trying to like break this plank of wood.
I hate to be that guy,
like,
but if you can jump and break through wood on stage, like that's not safe. Like nobody should be on that, right? Like, can we just agree that that's a thing?
I mean, every kick out of it, but that guy didn't. Like
but you could have like degloved your foot, like your leg. You like.
I literally thought that.
It could have been really bad.
But I remember specifically like giving out these little dinosaurs, these little stuffed dinosaurs, and the only thing I was worried about at that time was somebody take this, because there's a bunch of little kids in front of the stage talking to the guys in the band, and my stuffed dinosaur was like with all my stuff. And I remember that I wasn't worried about the broken stage anymore. I was worried about is this little kid right here going to take my stuffed dinosaur that I got for my nephew? or saying like that. That's where my mind was at. It still sucked that I fell, but what about you? Did you pop a stage?
No, I said I didn't. I never fallen through a stage. I've fallen through a stage once, and our whole cast did. We were rehearsing on stage with like 15 people, and the whole stage collapsed, and it was hysterical because we were all like, "What just happened?" And no one was seriously injured. It was like fuck. It was just kind of like one of those moments where we all like, and then everyone's laughing. And then
where's the director?
I've fallen on stage so many times. I've done slow splits too, but I can't really. So you're just like slowly falling, but you're like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah, you're like, I can't stop this.
There's so many falls on stage. Yeah.
Have you ever busted your lip open microphone, AJ?
A couple times, but it's usually fans bumping into the mic. Like I've actually even in There Goes the Neighborhood, since I've been in There Goes the Neighborhood at Rock House, I remember we were playing with What's Our Age Again and American Idiots.
Don't
no.
speak.
Don't speak. Don't Speak. And this one, she bopped me like you wouldn't believe, right in the microphone. I was bleeding pretty well for a while, but
yeah.
What's next? How about you?
I chipped the tooth right here.
Ooh,
and actually, it wasn't her fault. Yeah.
Do you remember this?
I did that to you on accident. Oh no, I hit him in the eye on accident. Like the wireless. I felt bad because like back in house there was a member of the band that was in, and we would do the song at the end of the show where we would each have a microphone and it's wireless. So I remember swinging my arm back, and literally when I tell you that I got like the entire microphone butt in the socket of his eye, and busted him, and I didn't think anything of it because the place is rocking, whatever. And then he just after the show, he was so mad at me. I'm like, why is he mad at me? And then he turns and looks at me, and his whole eye, like right here, is all bruised in. He's like, you hit me in the microphone. I'm like, I said in other words, but I didn't know. I mean, I've paid my price for it since then. Like, chipped my tooth right here. One time it's still like missing a piece of it. You can't really see it because I don't allow people to. I've split wide open. I mean, there's time at the Copper Dragon.
My lip got.
Yeah, you got jacked.
I got jacked up. My lip went in my tooth. Like my tooth was like.
Holy shit! Like during a show.
And I had yes, and I was like, is my? But you know, your thought though is like, is your there? Like that was like my thought. I was like
I don't care. It's iron.
Oh no, you're like you're like mortally wounded and you're trying not to be pitchy, like true professional. Like.
I was just like, do I still have teeth? And then like we finished the set, and we still have one set. Not wrap. It made it work.
I went there. Blood over that. Come on, all right, cool.
I was bleeding like all over my. It was funny. It was kind of funny.
I feel like it's kind of like in the middle of like a boxing match, you know, like you've got like 30 seconds to like stitch yourself up and get your ass back out there. Like that's like the musician life, right?
Yep.
Unless I'm literally missing a tooth, we keep going. Yeah. Unless you're missing your teeth, you keep going. Yeah. And even then, maybe try.
I think the worst thing that happened, I was playing at City Center in Bloomington, Champaign. Boom, there it was. We're playing in Champaign. And I had this weird ritual where every show, because we were playing so many shows, my throat would, like, my voice would, like, just be non-existent unless I had just, like, scalding hot water. Now, I ran out of water halfway through the show, and I needed it because it was a 6 show in, like, 4 days. So I asked the guy for hot water. Bring me a thermos of hot water. I put it in my cup, not thinking about it, and I took the biggest swig of it, but it was like when I tell you that the bastard probably boiled the water on the stove because he was
giving you what you asked for.
He was giving me what I was asking for. Then I took it and I swallowed it. I thought it felt like somebody had like a blowtorch and like open up. And dude, I remember I had like blisters in the back of my mouth, my whole tongue, and I'm like, okay, well, it's Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, we're going home. But that was the worst to try to hide because then I had, what was it? I think it was like, what was it? When the Lights Go Out.
Oh, I'm covered though.
Yeah, I know, but I hated the song anyway.
I thought that was fun.
Because it was like one of those songs that's like, okay, it has 17 choruses at the end of the song to end it. But if it didn't have those 17 choruses, it'd be a 2-minute song. So he was like, baby, when the lights go out. And that's what I did for like, I'm like, okay, this sucks. I hate my life. Fantastic. All right. Back to you now.
It's so fun, like, listening to us think about songs. Like, there's been, like, at least 3 shows where I've ranted for, like, uncomfortably long about how much I hate certain songs that either we do or just songs in general that cover bands do. Like, my hatred for, like, Don't Stop Believing is out there. Like, Brown Eyed Girl, I fucking hate, like, seriously, Brown Eyed Girl is my least favorite song ever written, and everybody loves it except for, like, literally I feel like everybody in the world loves that song except for me.
It's a good tune.
See,
I love it.
exactly.
I love it. It's my favorite. I love it. It's my favorite.
It just needs
my
to be
daughter
punked
was
up.
born to Brown Eyed Girl.
Well, a punk version.
Oh, a punk version of it.
My God, of course. Why not?
I love Van Morrison.
Just saying.
Sorry.
Kate's like, I have the record.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm in like the minority, right? I feel like I'm like, and I don't want to be like a buzzkill, but I just hate those songs so much, like so much, guys. I'm sorry.
Make vanilla and chocolate, brother. Everybody's got their.
There's some songs that I feel like we all have to play. Wow, but we do it.
Yeah.
But we do it.
Yeah.
It's always fun to watch people have fun, though. Even if you don't like the song, I feel like if people get into it, then I'm cool with it. But if you play a song that you dislike and everybody else dislikes it, it's torture. It's so horrible.
That's my that's the biggest thing, honestly. I like watching other people play it. You're like, okay, yeah, that's literally why we do shows.
Yeah, totally.
People are enjoying themselves great. Like.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about you. It's my interview now.
Yeah, what do you want to hear? I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. I'm an open book, man.
No.
Have you fallen off stage or fallen?
Have I fallen off stage? I don't know if I've fallen off stage. I don't think I've fallen off stage, but I've certainly I jump around a lot and I'm not super sure-footed. So I've definitely fallen down. And I've definitely smacked instruments uncomfortably so, to the point to where I thought I snapped my guitar neck a couple times. What else did I have? Oh, I had actually a catastrophic failure. Okay, so interesting story about me. If anyone ever sets a drink on top of an amplifier, I freak out. I practice. Someone sets a beer on. I'm like, no. I'll run over. I'll stop mid-song at rehearsal. I'll take their beer off their amplifier. I'll put it somewhere else. Because at a show, I had a beer on an amplifier, and the stage was one of those stages that it's not like a full-time stage, right? It's like a stage that they set up, and it was kind of rocking. And I had a beer on my amplifier, and a bunch of people came on stage and started jumping around during one of the songs we played. And all of a sudden, my guitar wasn't making any noise anymore. I turned around. My beer was in my amplifier. Yeah, it was horrible. It was literally it was the last song of our set, thankfully. But that amplifier was fried. So I spent the weekend calling every electrician that I could find, and I found a dude who finally said he was an electrician that fixed TVs. And as I was talking to him, it turned out that he also built boutique amplifiers in his back room. His shop for fixing TVs and shit was a front.
What?
He was actually a world-renowned guy that wired his own amps or something. Yeah, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Ninja Turtle shit, dude.
Yeah. So I took my amp into him, and he's like, yeah, I can fix this. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got this. Just give me until tomorrow. I'm like, dude, I thought it would take months. And he literally fixed it. And that guy was my savior.
I look at him, I'm like, okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah. And he charged me $100, and I'm like, I was expecting having to buy an entirely new amplifier for thousands of dollars. I can't even tell you how much
he probably just put it in a tub. He probably just threw it in a tub of rice.
Yeah, he's like, this stupid guy. Yeah. Yeah, so that was probably my biggest disaster on stage, I would say, is that time that I fried my amp because dumbass me put a beer on it. So never, ever, under any circumstance, no matter how sure you are or how careful you think you are, never put a drink on your amplifier. It's my PSA.
Will kick you in the day. I can't say that.
Or I'll have a heart attack. I will actually have a panic attack if I see this happen. Even if it's not my amp.
Well, we don't have amps anymore, so we don't have to worry about that too much.
That's true. That's true.
But
I mean, I still have
there's
amps.
something about the sound, that natural monitor on stage. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have to crazy with putting. I mean, I still prefer amps on stage if the players know how to control them.
Well, it's not always, and here's the thing, right? I don't know how you've obviously played with other guitar players, but I don't know how much you hear the guitar player, the crazy things that guitar players say. But some of the stuff is true, right? First of all, guitar players are the biggest. We're the violin players of bands, right? If you ever heard violin players in orchestras, they're the divas, right? We're the violin players.
Steve is violent. Steve's awesome. Steve, I think Steve will secretly kick kick the hell out of somebody if he needs. Like, dude, that's what the guitar players are. You guys are crazy.
We're just like, we're like such divas, dude. And the thing is, there's a reason for it, right? Like, as temperamental as people think guitar players are, when you have electricity, okay, and it's running through like this crazy like amplifier, the electricity 100% makes your amp sound different. So I could plug in my amp in my house, it sounds great. I could take it to rehearsal, it's going to sound completely different. I could take it to 10 venues and it'll sound different at 10 different venues. And it will drive your guitar player fucking crazy because you can't control that. You have to adapt to it. It's like, for you guys, think about it. Like, it's if your body's feeling differently, you have to adapt and figure out why your body like feels that way, and then you can kind of make micro adjustments and whatnot. I can't do that.
My mom just told me I'm growing up.
Yeah. It's like my voice is dropping. It's fine. It's just a part of puberty. It's all good. But you guys have the benefit of knowing that your body is doing that. The guitar player has no fucking idea what's going on with the amp. We just play it and it sounds the way that it sounds, and we got to figure out why the fuck the electricity makes it sound like that. And it is a maddening exercise. It is. Yeah,
there's a couple
crazy.
Venues that Steve, I'm obviously not going to mention the venues. Steve goes, Dirty Power. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, listen, put the in-ears in, turn it on, and there's that,
yep,
or something like that. And then the next venue, got Dirty Power, but it sounds different. It's like, okay, it's got more amps or less amps than you hear.
Yep.
I'm like, wait a minute.
That's a thing.
I put a ground on it. He's like, not going to do anything. I'm like, oh.
I'm telling you, it's a thing, man. It's really, really, and it's not even the venue's fault because they won't know, right? There's no way to like.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like a natural thing that happens, and it's super maddening. I just justified why guitar players are. That's not why guitar players are crazy about it. That's just a thing.
No,
we deal
it's
with,
fine. You can admit that.
I think all musicians. I think we all are.
We all vocalists, DJ. We all have
right.
Our...
Like everyone.
Yeah, there's definitely everybody has their idiosyncrasies, especially when you're like, I think the interesting thing about music is that the people that are good at music are actually nerds because you have to practice 8 hours a day. Like that's just a thing that you do, right? It's not something that everybody else does, but for a musician, it's like, this is my life. I'm gonna be in my bedroom. I'm gonna listen to the same song on repeat for 8 hours, and you can be here if you want, but you'll probably not want to be here.
Breaking down what they mean in the song.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it. Good times.
Yeah,
good times.
This has been, guys, a super fun time here.
Oh.
But we're gonna
absolutely
we're gonna come to a close here. But before I do, I am gonna give you guys the opportunity to give a shout out to anyone out there that may be watching either now or is gonna watch tomorrow. Just go ahead and give a shout out and maybe plug any of the interesting things that you want people to come check out in the future. So Chris and Kate, turn it over to you.
Well, Chris will pull it up and see. But I just huge thank you. We have so many like people that have come that have actually turned into our
family.
Just it's like friends turn family kind of thing, and we're missing everyone really hard right now with COVID. It's been so weird, and again with shows we've been really careful because we want to make sure that all of our band members are comfortable and that everyone's safe with whatever we're deciding to do. So everyone has to be in agreement for us to do something, basically. So just shout out to all of our friends and family that typically we get to see. Like I said, I mean, these are people that we see every single weekend that are like, they're like family now.
And we don't see them in a month.
Yeah.
And it's just, these whole groups of people that you're used to seeing all the time. And, we're not playing
Shout
right
out
now.
to the 7.
Right? Like all of yeah, seriously, there's so many people. I could like go down the whole list. It'd be a ton of people. And we're just so thankful for support when we're playing shows. We love seeing everybody. And we're not playing right now just because if one of our members doesn't feel safe, we don't want to put anyone else in a bad position. Again, like I literally don't know what I would do if someone left somewhere that we were playing and had an issue. I would feel like
kiss me.
But everyone that we see, we care about so much. We're so used to, this is the season of seeing our band family. We're not seeing them this year. So we like everyone a lot.
Yes.
And we love,
we miss your
Very
faces.
sad.
But it is what it is. We just have to deal with it. And it's not like, only one part. Like we're all in this together. You know how it
Yeah.
goes. It's, you know, it sucks, but I know that I'm confident that it's gonna. I think it's good. Okay? Let me rephrase that. It's not good what's going on, but I think there will be good coming out of this as far as for the scene, because people, even fan antsy, they're like, we just want to go to shows, dude. So I think once everything kicks back into full swing, it's gonna be a madhouse.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna work out for all parties involved. So we just, you know, we're
our fans, our friends, and I mean, like, seriously, it's weird. It's like they become, you know,
family.
They become friends. They're the people that you see all the time, and I think that sometimes we take that for granted, you know.
And, so and we have to mention again.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
The Derby.
The Duck Derby.
Yeah, the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
August 6th. That'll be really cool.
A lot of performers, and for a great cause. And the link is in the description box. The link's in the comments.
Yeah, I pinned it. So anyone who's watching this video, the link will be there. It's Special Olympics Illinois on Facebook, and they have a post there for very cool. The Duck Derby Virtual Festival. Would you say it was on August 6th? Is that correct?
August 6th at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So ChicagoDuckDerby.com for like more information on stuff that we're doing, as well as KarmaCommittee.com as well. We're going to put this out there as well. So
and we'll keep everyone posted with everything as we're kind of navigating. We've had some awesome offers, but we just want to make sure, again, everyone in the band is comfortable with everyone's different family life situations, home life situations, and everything like that. Wouldn't want to put anyone in a bad spot, but we really miss everybody.
And we're coming, promise.
Yeah, we're all coming, right? We're all going to come back, and it's all going to be great. It's going to be better than ever, and we're all going to have a really good time. And the key takeaways that we've learned on today's show is everyone stay safe, be well. Remember that if you're going to try on a new outfit, make sure to do a trial run first, especially if you've never worn it before. What else did we learn today? Super important. Listen to the new Lady Gaga album. That we learned about that. We also learned K-pop is amazing. We also
Forensic Files is on late at night when you're traveling and shows.
3 a.m. Forensic Files. I think we also learned that we're going to low key start putting together a Hamilton like mashup. Like we're just gonna get a bunch of bands and we're just gonna like do it.
And I'm the king.
Yeah, and Adam's gonna play the king.
I'm the king.
We'll see. We're gonna have.
Who am I? It's like Alexander Hamilton. Sorry,
I got dibs on Lafayette, man. Lafayette. That's who I want to be. I'm gonna work on my French accent, and it's gonna be amazing.
Did you guys ever watch the Tiny Hands thing? That Tiny Hands with Kristen Wiig.
Oh my god! But I love Kristen Wiig. I have not seen that.
Never mind
that. Check it out.
There's a funny little video of the sisters, and it's like a lot. It's like all of them. And the last one is Kristen Wiig with her tiny hands. I'll be the Kristen Wiig with the tiny hands.
Dude, yeah, you guys dialect hysterical.
I'll do that.
Nice.
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
it's on.
We wrote it down. We're gonna go watch it. Shout out to Andrew who's joining late, but we're just about wrapping it up here. But cheers, Andrew. Good to see you on. Thanks for joining, buddy. Cool.
Hey,
Adam, you want to say anything?
Man.
Adam, you want to say anything before we sign off here? Thank you for joining me here. I know you got to work, so thank you for keeping our power on.
Yeah, it was a blast, guys. It was obviously this was the first time I did this. You know, the learning curve is going to be there. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a good time with you guys. Kate, Serv, I'm going to be talking guys off of this about some more true crime podcasts for sure.
This is the thing.
We should do one of these. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go for it.
I was saying we should do one of these days where it's just like true crime. With
oh my God!
AJ, Serv, Shaheen,
Kate. We should just
Dude.
get on like a stream and we should listen to a murder podcast and talk about it as we're listening to it. Like that's what we should do. That'd be amazing.
That sounds awesome. So in, and I know that she loves a podcast with the murder stuff in it.
I'm in.
But we got to work on that show. Doing TGTN. TGTN show.
Yeah.
Totally should do like that, but do like the bout thing.
That would be really fun.
I'm telling you, all I want to do is start a beef with Karma Committee, guys. I want to start like a legit like beef.
We'll call it the battle. You got beef?
Yeah.
Let's make a sandwich, dog.
Yeah.
We'll do like the West Side Story. I'll get everyone together and we'll snap and like walk.
Oh my God. Great. So good. Although we'll like ruin it because we can't even snap. Like we'll be like, I can't do this.
You're like this little kid. You're like sitting like.
I'm like I'm only coordinated enough to do finger guns. Like that's what you're gonna get out of me. You're not gonna get snaps. Like you'll get some finger guns and that's it.
That still works, dude. That's a great comp. That works.
Thank you guys for having us again. We really appreciate it.
Super fun. Yeah, this was great. Thanks so much for agreeing to be on. So again, we do this show every 2 weeks. We'll throw this show up on YouTube. So anyone who couldn't watch today, they can either watch on Facebook or you can link them over to the YouTube because YouTube is great for that sort of thing. In 2 weeks, we're going to have our buddies on from Rebel Rain, which is going to be super dope. Super excited for that.
You cut out.
Rebel Rain.
Yeah.
Rebel Rain. Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. And then following that, 2 weeks from then, we will have on Winnie Cooper. So I'm super stoked for that as well.
I love him.
Yeah. So it's going to be really a fun schedule for everybody. So hope everybody had fun. Hope you guys tune in. Thanks for tuning in to Backstage with There Goes the Neighborhood. I'm Shaheen Muradian, your host. See you guys soon. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.